The masterstroke by Malcolm Blight. Den, I'm just hoping the rain holds off. Back to you for the start of the game.
Thanks, Adrian. Yes. Fremantle have won the toss. They're going left to right. A wise man has joined us from the east. Ian Robertson, good evening.
Well, there's a wrap for you, Dennis. And I did tell quite a few people that I was coming over here. And folks, here I am in Perth in person. Looking forward to this game too, Dennis, because you know, Fremantle must think that they're a very good chance of winning this match. But St Kilda, they have to counter Peter Everett. I think he's going to be the player. If he can get forward and kick a few goals, it's going to be a problem for them.
I have to say, Robbo, complacency shouldn't be a problem for either team tonight.
No way.
Umpires tonight, Kieran Nichols, Michael Bozzo and Ray Kelsey. As we're set to go, both clubs desperate for a victory. And a very good bounce to start proceedings. Everett with a backhander, loose ball. Cook trying to force a passage, picked up by McManus, who won the toss. Drives it down towards half forward for the Dockers. It floats inside the 50. Geary got a fist on it. Knocked it back towards Thompson on the outer side. Pushed in the back. Here's Harvey on the wing. Not a good kick down towards half forward. Hamill approaches the ball now. Held a long time in the tackle. It was jarred out. The hand pass comes across to McPhee. Got it to Walker. Back to Longmuir, involved earlier. Now Thompson. A hand pass down towards the 50. Leading back in the race, Brad Wirra pushes it towards the boundary line and gets it out.
Dennis, just early, Prescott starting outside the square and then actually coming in and picking up Harvey. And we saw Harvey just get the ball early there and in the centre clinches. It's going to be a tough one for Prescott to get in time.
Boundary throw in, Everett and Justin Longmuir. Troy Longmuir has started on the bench for the Dockers. So we'll have another boundary throw in.
Yeah,
Barry Hall being matched up by Parker. Go, Barra.
I was just going to say, Robbie, yep, Troy Longmuir's there, Simon Eastoe, Andrew Shipp and Ben Cunningham, Dockers bench.
So not much productivity at right half forward for St Kilda. Voss may change that. Little handball is okay. Callaghan against his old side. Flying shot at goal. Gee, that's a great shot, isn't it, by Craig Callaghan? That's a goal. A terrific shot by Callaghan. Callaghan and Mark Gale in the St Kilda side playing against their old side, the Fremantle Dockers. Callaghan first blood for St Kilda.
And that's what he's good at. He's actually very good at sneaking out the back of a pack, Callaghan. As we see him here, just get on the end of that handball. That's a kick on his opposite side, on his right foot, deep on the boundary line. Just a fantastic finish, and he'll be very pumped up. He's an angry young man, Callas. He'll be looking forward to tonight.
Just another way to get hurt. If you're a Docker fan, the man you've traded gets the opening goal. Craig Callaghan puts the Saints on top. The breeze hardly a factor. Rucks go at it again. Everett thumps it inside the centre square. Nobody went at the footy. Chance for Callaghan across to Harvey. Nicely done. Goes looking for Everett. He controls it pretty well, the big man. Throws it on the boot. Down towards half forward. Kickett's in front down there. Drop the mark. Backing up is Peter Bell. Up towards the wing he goes, and Hazelby. Hazelby flirted with the idea of going. Now settles. Well, Hazelby. Bell's run on. He's got the ball between the interchange gates. Not much movement. Hazelby working a little 1-2 with Bell. Now off his step. Kicks it very high towards the 50. Everett got a bad bounce. It goes behind. Taken down there by the Dockers. The hand pass came out wide to McManus. He got it from Longmuir. Hooks it well inside the 50. Going back is Hayes. Dropped the mark. Elliott's in trouble down there. Spills wide. Thompson with great courage. Hit the pack hard. Bounces off one rival shell. Throws it on the boot towards the outer side. Carr. Still Carr has the run of it. Now Fuster pushes off Baker. Sends it back inside the 50. Thompson touched it. Pavlich can't control it. Thompson, or rather Baker dives in there close to the boundary line. Pickett steps across. Did he? Yes, he did. And we'll have a throw in.
A lot of players back. A lot of players back in the defensive area for Fremantle. St Kilda very good at getting numbers back around the ball at this stage.
Left forward pocket for the Dockers. Chance for Modra. Now Hudgton to Callaghan. Callaghan outside his defensive 50. Goes across the middle of the ground. A good mark taken by Kazitsky. Big raps on this young fellow. And he's doing well for St Kilda. Just a very young man in his fledgling years of AFL football, but we'll see a lot of him. We've seen a lot of that fella, Robert Harvey. Already he's had 3 possessions, and the ball at left half forward for St Kilda taken over by Parker. And we'll see a boundary throw in about 75 to 80 metres down from the St Kilda goal.
The Saints bench, Robbo. Davis, Beetham, Ryan, Knowles.
Thanks, Barra. It was interesting that Elliott, who was named on the interchange bench, has taken his place in the original 18. So trying to stretch maybe the Dockers, St Kilda with their talls, Barry Hall, Peter Everett and Tim Elliott. The kick went across that full back line, came from Black and found the safety at the boundary line on the opposite side of the ground. Pretty much the same position as far as distance from St Kilda's goal is concerned, and on the opposite side of the ground. St Kilda have kicked a goal through Craig Callaghan, and the ruck contest, the umpire saw no infringement there. Players were sprawled all over the ground. Hamill has the football, looking for some movement. Now forced to kick low and rather mongrelly in towards the full forward line. Parker to kick it. In turn, McPhee. Doesn't look too bad, that young fella. Now the kick by Carr. He, of course, playing against the Saints. He represented the St Kilda side last year. Now, Gehrig, who I believe has been absolutely sensational. He's played 9 matches, and even last week when Essendon kicked 19 goals, Gehrig was stood tall in defence for St Kilda. Chance here now for Milne. Milne inside 50. He's got to go for goal, doesn't he? He goes for the short pass and coughs it up. Carr takes it away. McPhee's short kick is all right. And it's Fuster with the football at right half back for the Dockers.
Fuster up towards the wing. Well done by Platt. Got a fist on that one. It was intended for Hazelby. It's out of bounds. Boundary throw in up towards the wing.
Just going back to the kick of Milne earlier, I heard him likened to Kevin Bartlett a couple of weeks ago. I don't think he was 100% sure on whether he was going to have a shot at goal there or pass it. He didn't want to give that one off.
That is a big rap. Tossed in. Fuster had it, lost it, found it again. Slips the hand pass away. Hazelby, Cook in trouble. Charged down by Harvey. In turn, he's in trouble. Prescott got him down. Cook couldn't control it. Callaghan. Hand passes wide towards the boundary. That was his intention. Wirra keeps it in. Steadies. Kicks down towards half forward. Hangs a long time in the air. Gehrig and Pavlich. Pavlich approached the ball with a little more conviction. Took the mark, his centering kick. Getting back is Everett. Off his fingertips, Modra picks it up, goes to Walker, tackled by Thompson. The hand pass inside the 50. Hazelby didn't go as aggressively as Platt. Claps over the ball. Hazelby with him, and they tie it up about 45 metres out from goal.
We talk about big responsibilities, and Pavlich tonight has huge responsibilities on his shoulders. He needs to mark the ball at centre half forward like he did then for Fremantle to be any sort of chance here tonight.
St Kilda lead by 6 points.
He had a big chance to go to Walker, Pavlich, with a short then.
Wide of the pack. Cook got a hand on it, falling to ground. McManus couldn't control it. It's out of bounds. 2 old teammates, eyeball to eyeball, McManus and Callaghan, and it will be tossed in.
Yes, just outside the forward 50 for the Fremantle Dockers, and it is very, very ordinary overhead. I know rain was predicted here today, Dennis, but you haven't had much at all, but let's hope that it stays away for the entirety of this game. That is the forecast. Possible showers, expected minimum 11, currently 16, and at this stage a very good night for a game of football. Everett doing the ruck work. Peckett is there, and underneath that is it McManus for Fremantle. The umpire will bounce.
Just a couple of the key matchups. Bell is being tagged by Baker, and as no surprises, Prescott picking up Harvey. Harvey's had a bit of the ball early too.
Yeah, 4 possessions to Robert Harvey in the middle of the ground for St Kilda. Everett gets his hand to it. Black goes back. Fletcher's first real effective disposal. Black in short. Kick it. Well, not bad because he was running with the flight of the ball. Now he gives it off. This is Longmuir. Longmuir for the Dockers' first goal, and a very good passage of play for Fremantle.
Well, Dale Kickett last week had a very poor performance by his standards, but rarely does he play 2 bad games in a row. We saw him attack the football there, midfield. Probably almost caused an error by intercepting that one here. It was chipped inside by Black. Kickett, as always, runs straight at the goal. Pavlich loose. And like a good forward, he has very good finish. That'll be a confidence booster for the Fremantle side.
It's a goal apiece, early going from Subiaco Oval, Saturday night football. What breeze there is going right to left, but it's a gentle one. Rucks go at it. Everett had to wait. Longmuir came over the top. A chance for Fletcher. Crashing in there was Callaghan. Spills wide. Taken by Begley, falling to the ground. Could he get it out? No, he can't. Prescott falls on the footy, and the umpire wants it. Bounce inside the centre square. Disappointing crowd, you've got to say. Not big at the present time. Looks okay there, though. Here's the bounce. Everett in front. Wide of the pack, Black falling to the ground into the path of Hazelby. Picked up by Thompson. That was clever. Got Hazelby in the air. Forward at the wing. He kicks it down towards half forward, but that kick wasn't clever. He goes out of bounds on the full.
5 touches to Thompson. Do we classify that as an effective disposal, Scott?
I don't think that was one of his better ones so far, but he is very good out of the middle, Thompson, isn't he? Very clever inside.
My word. So the football with Ashley Prescott, former Tiger, and a very good player for the Dockers since crossing, but obviously out of favour until when did he come in, Dennis? Last week, was it? Or maybe
the Adelaide game.
Adelaide game, was it?
About 3 weeks ago.
Kajitsky kicks the ball from centre wing. Oh, good mark. It's Hamill behind the less experienced player in McPhee. Judged it a little better. It was a good kick coming in from Kajitsky. And Hamill will shoot for goal for St Kilda from about 45 metres, slight angle.
Very big job for McPhee tonight. I mean, he's a young player. He's only played a handful of games. He is very strong for a young player. Looks after himself and does a lot of work in the gym. But, gee, Hamill, very strong overhead. That's going to be a big ask for the youngster.
Works quite industriously off the ball too, Aaron Hamill, with his tackles, tap-ons, and trying to clear paths. Gee, that's a lovely kick, isn't it? That's a magnificent kick by Hamill from 50. He kicks the Saints' second goal. Aaron Hamill has kicked a goal. Craig Callaghan has kicked a goal. For Fremantle, Justin Longmuir has kicked their goal. Saints lead by 6 points. Started from a good mark by Kajitsky up on the centre square. He's taken a couple of strong marks already. Just good delivery. Got it in there early. And just held him out with strength there, Hamill. Strong hands. It was a good kick from outside 50 metres. Made the distance quite comfortably in the end. Another goal to the Saints.
Aaron Hamill, 15 goals for the season. This time last year, he booted 19 for the Blues. His problem this season has been missing some easy ones. Everett thumps it out wide. Hamill net up buoyed by this start. Doing very well. Callaghan kicks inside the 50. Here comes Barry Hall. Parker right there with him. Hall close to the boundary line. Kick it. Tried to keep it in. Spills back to Parker. Confronted by Thompson. Gets it away. McPhee in trouble. Kept his head. This is Bell out of the back pocket. Kicks it around the outer side. Close to the boundary line. Walker with Kazitsky bearing down. Kazitsky got a fist on it. It's out of bounds. So a boundary throw in outer side.
He's had plenty of the ball, Peter Bell, here already. I think he's averaging 27, 28 possessions for the year. But he has to get, in this side, he has to get a lot of his ball deep in defence. Just not quite as destructive as he was at North.
Fletcher comes away. Got it from Prescott. Kicks it around the outer side. Gehrig a timely fist. Gets the ball out of bounds. Fraser Gehrig knows all about Subiaco Oval. Booted 5 goals for the Eagles against the Dockers. Round 3, 1998. Different kettle of fish tonight in defence. Everett looking for a free kick. It fell to Longmuir, immediately claimed by Thompson. Hazelby in the congestion, throws it on the boot. It wanders down towards the 50. Gehrig, almost a clever mark, not paid. Pavlich did brilliantly, knocked it on to McManus, who runs into an open goal, and I think he's missed. He's missed, the captain.
There's no excuse for that, Scott, is there? I mean, these boys are supposed to be a lot better with their use of the ball than, you know, even as recently as 5 or 10 years ago. And to miss from 20 metres on the run.
Look, when you've lost 11 games in a row, you need to take your opportunities. And just didn't look like a confident kick. Didn't run through it. I mean, he has to take the opportunities for this side to grow and gain some confidence.
Then again, that's why you've lost 11 games in a row.
Fair comment, though. Obviously, McManus lacking in that area, but gee, you've really got to grasp those very small chances. The umpires found a free kick from the market contest. The result, kick in, and it will go to Everett. Everett has the ball at right half back. He's standing still inside his defensive 50, and no one really to kick to. He's being called to play on now and goes very short, and down at the bootlaces, it's taken by Gale. Gale along the wing. And umpires found a free kick. Hamill may have been held, was he, by McPhee? I thought the umpire may have indicated that. The advantage was with St Kilda. Milne now has the ball at right half forward. Again, undecided, and just hooks the kick blindly to the front of the goals where the mark is taken by Carr for Fremantle. Goes short where Kickett has made good position. He in turn goes wide. McManus has the football in front of Beckett. He's been called to play on. So McManus now goes long, gets the ball into the forward 50 for the Dockers. Nearly a mark there to Plapp. Play on, said the umpire, now decides to call for a bounce just forward of centre wing, favouring Fremantle. St Kilda 2-goal straight, lead Freo 1-1. Margin 5 points in favour of St Kilda.
Didn't take the mark there, Pavlich, but that's just such an important contest for him to give there at centre-half forward.
Just over 10 minutes till quarter time. Down went Spider, picked up by Shell. Kicks it inside the 50. How will it bounce? Obligingly for Hodgson, who proceeded to fall over. There was no free kick for Modra. The crowd upset with that. But Pavlich has still got the run of the foot. He heard the voice of Hazelby. Hazelby directly in front, runs away from goal, feeds it back to the 50. Walker lines up from 45 and kicks the goal. Nothing to worry about.
Well, it was a roundabout way to go about that one. I think normally you'd almost expect Hazelby to take that shot on goal. He was 25 metres out when he picked it up, but showed a lot of composure and just looked for the right option. No St Kilda player actually came at him. It was a good contest initially by Pavlich. Got the ball to Hazelby, who just seemed to find space as he does so well. And Walker is a good kick, probably one of the better kicks in the side for Fremantle, and that's a clinical finish.
Well, Scott, we give Paul Hazelby the credit for picking out one of the better kicks in his team there in James Walker to kick the goal.
I think he had time to find that one too. He almost had all day there. Hazelby, he's just so good. He knows when he's got space and he uses the ball so well.
We might have young McPhee off the ground through the blood rule, and coming on is Troy Longmuir.
That hurts them down the back too, getting the matchups right.
Longmuir coming on the ground, goes straight to Begley. Great ruck work by Everett. Sets it up for Harvey. Harvey into the pocket. Good spotting. And effectively kicked it wide where Hall had 5 or 6 metres on his opponent, Carr. And Hall will shoot for goal from about 40 metres.
I think under the blood rule, Parker moved off his man. Carr picked up Hall. Parker went to Hamill. I think McPhee had Hamill, didn't he, originally?
Yes,
some
right
confusion
there.
down there. And as a result,
there's a chance here for St Kilda. Well, that's fair comment, Dennis, because Barry Hall is going to make Fremantle pay because he's kicked St Kilda's 3rd goal.
which begs the question, why should you be disadvantaged if one of your players is hitting the head? I mean, this business to keep the game flowing and rush it through in 30 seconds, it makes it very difficult for the team that's inconvenienced through generally no fault of their own.
I agree with you, Dennis, and also tonight when Fremantle are so stretched for height, I mean, that blood rule decision there certainly hurt them. The one that I think's really hurting them at the moment also, Prescott not being able to go into the centre bounce to man up on Harvey. He just can't get close enough to him.
High price to pay for an accident.
The car is on Hamill now, Dennis, and Parker's gone back to Hall, so you spotted that beautifully. Hall getting the goal.
Serious disadvantage, though, for the team that really, through no fault of their own, had a player hurt. Longmuir tries to dig it out, picked up by Baker, gets it across to Everett, who kicks it down towards half forward. Where it goes back and takes the mark. Saints lead it by 5 points, swung out wide. This is Black having a very good season. Heath Black, undecided about his future, wants to know who'll coach the Dockers before re-signing, coming out of contract. That'll be a big signing for them. This is Cook. Western Ferris winner last season, chips it up towards the wing. Courageous mark taken by Baker. Sliding across in front of Longmuir, wants to go, gives it off to Thompson, kicking down towards half forward. Begley stood his ground, gets the hand pass away. Running hard, the kick comes in from Beetham. That's the behind post on the full, so the Dockers will bring it back into play.
McPhee's back on. He just had a cut finger too to rub salt in the wound.
Yeah, Beetham, they just didn't square up to the goals, did he? He was actually running at the out-of-bounds side. Almost should have kicked on his left or straightened up and squared his shoulders to the
maybe no
goal.
left side there, Scott.
Definitely no left side, mate. He was happy kicking on the right there.
Yes, and it looked rather blatant, didn't it? And another chance going begging there for St Kilda. They lead 3 straight to 2-1, and we've got about 8 minutes left in the first term. Still prepared to just hang on to the football, so the instructions coming there for the Dockers to be confident, hang on to the ball until you can find a teammate who you can give it to their advantage.
Well, we'll get a good look at Spider here. I think he's certainly been winning most of the hit-outs here tonight, giving St Kilda first use of the ball.
Ruck contest just forward of centre wing. and falls to Prescott. Hand pass is not too bad, but puts Black under a little bit of pressure across that half-back line. Kazitsky's under the hammer now because the smaller, more athletic Kickett is run down by Callahan. That was a vigorous tackle. Well done, Kazitsky, to get back onto the football and then kicks across the half-forward line, and the mark is taken by Hamill. Well, I think you've got to play Aaron Hamill a little closer. I know that ball came in fairly well from the far side of the ground from Justin Kazitsky, but Aaron Hamill a little too easy there. Enough space to mark in front of his face. Will shoot from about 40 metres.
It was a terrific tackle by Callahan to actually hold Dale Kickett up there. Very good tackler, Callahan. It's one of his strengths. And good finish by St Kilda to spot Hamill. He looks too strong and too quick for young McPhee at the moment.
Well, Hamill to go for his second goal, and St Kilda's fourth. It may have just crept through. It looks okay. It's a goal to the Saints. So Aaron Hamill has kicked 2, and St Kilda have kicked 4 straight. They lead 4 straight, 24, and Fremantle a 2-1-13.
Well, modern day football, the transition out of defence is just so important. I mean, we saw the kick from Black actually not hitting its target. Now, if that kick hits its target, all of a sudden Fremantle are away. It doesn't hit its target. It gives the ball goes to ground, gives Callahan a chance, and there's a shot on goal again. You must hit your targets.
"24 plays 13. Just under 7 minutes till quarter time. Bounce in the centre. A very deliberate umpire puts it down as well. Everett hooks it down into the path of Thompson, who worked it forward. Taken by Voss, who kicks well inside the 50. Hall is down there. Over the top was Parker. Wide of the pack, a chance for Milne. It comes back to Hamill. He's already got a couple. The hand pass ineffective, though. Taken by Kickett. Well, good tackle front on by Voss. The ball still in there. I doubt it'll come out. We'll have the ball up.
Dennis, we spoke early before the game about centre clearances being so important. St Kilda 6, Fremantle 1, and you can put that down to Harvey and Thompson. They've both been absolutely fantastic out of the middle. Also, hit-outs over the ground. Everett 14, Fremantle 3.
Dangerous situation, that one. It was beckoning because it was very vacant up towards the goal line, and Parker gets back, but he was running with his back to his own goal. St Kilda just one man forward of the bounce there, marked by a Docker, and Everett literally spiking that ball about 25 metres. We'll see more of that, no doubt. Both these sides, of course, strugglers in recent times. Not too many bright moments. Cunningham early on and he's off. Here's Wirra. But there is one that will live in history. Round 15, 1999. This ball is in the air. Will the umpire mark it? Not this time. Off hands, it goes behind, taken by Hall. Peter Carey took his mark in the game between these two clubs on this ground. There goes Thompson. Back deeper to attack. Hamill was up. Falls in front. Hamill the crumb. Nicely done. Callahan, like him from here. Check side goal.
Ominous signs, aren't they? Gee whiz, they're just getting too much space, the Saints.
They are. Look, Hamill's been too strong up forward. He's just, his strength and his body positioning has been fantastic. And, well, you talk about skeletons coming out of the closet. Craig Callahan, he has come here with a mission tonight, and that is to absolutely destroy the Fremantle Dockers Support Club.
Yeah, he's had 5 possessions, Scott, and kicked a couple of goals, Craig Callahan.
Some amazing. Some amazing stats, Dennis. Inside 50, Saints 14 times, Fremantle 5. Worrying signs.
They've had a lot of the football, the Dockers, but gee, they're just holding it up, and they're really playing into St Kilda's hands. Thompson, another effective set of clearance. Beetham, that's why he didn't kick on his left boot earlier in the game. Harvey, oh, good spotting again. Got the ball back to Kazitsky. Confident young fellow. He'll bomb it, won't he? He'll bomb it for a goal. He'll kick it long and offline to the left. Scores are behind.
He's been promising early. Good to see him back himself there and take the player on. Got around him and then backed himself for the shot. It's great to see. Good enthusiasm.
The Dockers have had to rest Justin Longview up in the forward line too, so Eastaugh is in the ruck. Short
kick in. Goes to kick it in the right back pocket. He goes long. It's 2-on-1 favouring the Saints. Now the umpire's found a free kick. It was going to be advantage to Hazelby. Umpire could see that he was about to be tackled. So the free kick goes back to the player at that area of the ground, and that was Eastow. Kick forward, mark taken by Hayes. Discipline to Callahan. Callahan squeezes a kick out in front of Kazitsky. He's taken on there by Fuster. Well done by the youngster. Just made a contest, gathered the ball. Could he be penalised? No. Umpire will bounce right on centre wing. You love to watch the emerging youth in AFL football, and I'm sure this young bloke, and along with his very highly fancied draft pick from last year, Nick Rewalt, who was injured, the Saints will be looking for tremendous form from them over the years. But it's the Dockers going forward. It's Walker. Walker in towards half forward. Oh, that's a free kick, isn't it, to the Dockers? Surely. Being held when he didn't have anywhere near the football or the control is Modra against Hodgson.
Good burst, on the burst by Walker. That's what he's got. He's one of the few players with genuine pace. Broke away from the contest. Kick did fall a bit short, but Modra earned the free kick, didn't he?
How crucial is this for Tony Modra's confidence, Scotty?
He is a player that needs to kick goals early to actually have a big night, so big kick.
Well, he's got to kick it for the team's point of view as well. Hits the post. Bad luck for Modra, bad luck for the Dockers. Behind, scored by Tony Modra. 2-2-14. They trail St Kilda 5-2-32. We're 4 minutes from the quarter-time break.
Where's that put his confidence? A poster.
Undecided.
As long as he's not confused. Confused is worse than lacking confidence. As the kick comes in, they'll work it out. Baker got it to Hayes. Wide on the outer side, Beetham. Throws it on the boot. Ill-directed, though his kicking has not been good. This is McManus. Spots him there towards the pocket. The resting Longmuir. And he's marked it. Only about 40 metres out. Now, he's normally a very reliable kick. I think from memory, kicked his first behind of the season last week. He didn't miss by much. Got the running goal earlier tonight. Not beyond him, this one.
He's got very good technique when kicking for goals. Drops the ball straight, runs straight at the goal. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to put the mocker on him, but he is one of their better kicks.
I think we call it the West Perth technique, Scotty. Don't beat around the bush. Longmuir. He's very close. Off hands on the line and the behind. Emerging young player, but certainly a tough contract tonight.
You just wonder how much better he would be if he had Clem Michael in this side to support him. He's just had to carry a huge workload this year.
Yep.
Justin Peckett to kick in for St Kilda. Goes pretty well straight down the ground. No mark taken there. The ball spills and Hazelby is there. Has plenty of time to assess and then kicks it high, which is not really to the advantage of his key forwards. It bounces close to the boundary line, eventually taken over there by Mark Gale. And 20 metres around for the Dockers goal. We'll have a boundary throw in. There's Chris Waterman and Ben Allen in the coach's box for the Dockers. Taken there by Longmuir. Handball to Cook. Snapshot at goal by Cook. Bounces and bounces away from the players in that area of the ground for a boundary throw in.
Just a reminder, check out all of the action in this split round. The first half, of course, ending tomorrow with a home game at the Gabba from Melbourne against Brisbane. 7sport.com.au, you'll find all the information there. Here's Callahan, thought about it for a long time and then considered a behind.
He's cheeky, isn't he, Callis? He's very cheeky. He actually wanted them to come at him then. He was just tempting them.
One of my all-time favourite Dockers. Real hard doer. It's amazed when they let him go. Here's Hodgson, although he was dogged by injury. Hodgson deep in his own defensive area. 5-2 plays 2-4. Fremantle with the job ahead of them. And the Saints desperate for a victory. Begley up towards half back. Clock is down to 2 minutes remaining in the opening term. Begley taking plenty of time. Eventually kicks it up towards the wing. Hall a long way from full forward. Everett got a fist on it. Harvey claimed immediately. Everett, quick hands, got it away. Thompson Kept his arms free, goes back to Everett, who lost it, found it again. Here's Robert Harvey, spots a man across the ground. Beautiful kick into the path of Hodgson. He could have stepped around McManus and kept going, decided not to. Hodgson down towards half forward. Here comes Hamill on the lead. He's already got a couple.
So you've got to admire Harvey, the way he got back, don't you, Scott?
Yeah.
Just to create a target for the hand pass.
Yeah, he's fantastic. But he's been criticised his work ethic a bit this year, but I just think he's been under a lot of pressure, and I really saw some positive signs in his game last week, and he started very well tonight.
Gehrig could kick this from right on 50. That fixed him. That's a behind. He missed by a long way, but he is a raking kick, Fraser Gehrig. Not that time.
Pretty tough matchup, Hamill and McPhee. That's the one that's really hurting Fremantle down forward. And the delivery of the ball like that last one, pretty tough for young McPhee to even get close to Hamill.
So the kicking in duties taken by Brad Wirra goes well outside his defensive 50-metre area. The ball taken by Hall, tried to break the tackle, coughed it up, and eventually the Dockers through Hazelby will get away from their half-back line. The ball carries all the way nearly to the half-forward line. Peckett was caught, run down. Cook, hand pass, very productive. Fletcher shooting from 50 metres, kicks to the goal square. Oh, Troy! Justin, is it?
Yeah, that's Justin wrestling up forward.
If he'd have just stepped aside, Scott, that looked as if it was going through, surely.
Well, we'll get a good look at it here. Fletch, pretty good kick from outside 50. Well, tough call. He probably doesn't know where the line is, but that was going to split the centre.
Well, St Kilda go right on with it, and Mark Gale has the football wide between the right back pocket and right half back flank. Goes in back towards the full back area where Hodgson is marked. Begging for someone to come forward to accept his kick. Eventually goes to the one-on-one. Black confronted there by Begley. Black is going to take the free kick because Begley pretty well ran straight at him, not even trying to look at the football coming in. And then goes short, and it's a good kick, it is. And the mark is taken by Pavlich, right on the siren. So it'll be an important goal here for Fremantle. They trail at the moment 17 to 33. A goal here could bring it back to 10 points, where you probably thought that St Kilda might go in with a 4-goal, maybe in excess of 4-goal lead at quarter time at one stage.
I reckon they've been deflated by two incidences here in the first quarter. The McManus goal where he's running in and it should have been a lay down was there, and that last one where he probably should have shepherded it, let it go through. If Pavlich can kick this, might just lift their spirits going into quarter time. Well,
it's a very difficult shot at goal for Matthew Pavlich. He's not worried by the distance, you wouldn't think, but deep in that right forward pocket, he has done a very good job, but just missed to the right. And right on the quarter-time break, Matthew Pavlich has kicked his first score, a behind. And at quarter-time, Fremantle 2-6-18. Trail the Saints 5-3-33. For Fremantle, James Walker and Justin Longmuir have kicked a goal each. For St Kilda, Hamill and Callaghan 2 each. And Barry Hall has kicked a goal.
He's a great man. He's mainly worried about the counter-attacks by the Dockers when the ball turns over. Better defensive running by his Saints. But a pretty even game at the moment. Looking forward to the second quarter. Back to you, Dan.
Adrian Barrich on the boundary. Started the second term. Umpires Nichols, Vozzo and Kelsey tonight. Not a big crowd, but an ideal night for football. 5-3-2-6. Temperature in the mid-teens. It's pretty warm this time of year and this time of night. Longmuir knocks it down, stolen by Thompson, kicks inside the 50. Hall, third man in the queue, takes the mark. That was a very good grab under the circumstances. They put on the brakes in front of him. Eyes only for the footy, able to take that one. And they were collapsing.
And that's 8 centre clearances to 1 in favour of St Kilda. And look, Thompson and Harvey just running with the ball through the centre have been absolutely fantastic, feeding off the St Kilda dominance with their big men.
Barry Hall kicking at his second then from just outside the 50. Gets underneath this one. Hasn't got the carry. Not quite. They contest on the line. Taken high was Voss. No free kick. Wrestled to the ground by a couple of them, Longmuir and McPhee. And the umpires decided he was holding the ball.
Gee, it was a crude tackle by Carr on Voss in the first place, I thought.
Looked a bit that way, didn't it? Should have been a free kick.
Looked like a headlock.
McPhee, interesting kick as it got the carry. Well, that was a test. It was a slow kick. Prescott took the mark eventually. Able almost to run along beside that last kick. Here's Black on the outer side. Harvey almost did. Black kicks it down towards half forward. Coming up to meet the footy is Pavlich. Did it come off his boot? I think it did.
On the full, yep.
So Fraser Gehrig will get the resultant free kick. He's at left half back. Comes across the ground. This is Elliott. Runs away from his own defensive 50. Not the best bouncer in the world. He kicks down towards half forward. Hamill comes hard.
Good mark.
He's finding some form and looking ominous. More to the point, he's kicking straight. Aaron Hamill, 2 goals tonight already. Sets it up. Hall was hung onto, I thought, behind. Play goes on again. Parker's got the footy. Tries to hand pass away. Hall somehow shrugs off would-be tacklers. Spots Everett down towards full forward. The kick needed to be precise. It wasn't. Strong tackle. Longmuir. Well done, young man. Throw it in, says the umpire. Had that kick found the target, it was a certain goal. But Hall was a bit stiff not to get a free.
He was. I don't know.
If he didn't get penalised for that.
Yeah, and they call him bustling Barry Hall for this reason. He just found space.
Right.
Yeah, just kept having a go, didn't he?
He did everything right except execute that little left foot kick, which he's got blood streaming from his face, Barry Hall, and the umpires now picked up that he will have to leave the ground, and he'll just have a momentary halt. One would suggest he leaves the ground from the closest position, and the St Kilda side not ready just yet with a player to take his place. Still confusion down there.
You've got to say I don't like this change.
Well, if you go to the nearest exit, sometimes it takes it even longer. It makes it even longer for you to get back to the bench while your team's trying to find a replacement. Now it's Cade Beatham's going on.
It's a serious disadvantage, though, for a team, really, just because of an accident.
Well, it's Beatham who has come onto the ground for Barry Hall. And the kick out wide has been gathered by Prescott, not able to break away. Now he's back into the action again. Hamill, well tackled by McManus. Fletcher over the top. Umpire calling for play on. Where's the football going to come out of there? You'd have to be an absolute genius, wouldn't you?
Terrific tackle by McManus. Just actually pinned the arm. I don't know if we'll get a replay, but his tackling's really improved this year, Sean. Just very ferocious at the body and always seems to clamp their arms.
Chad Davis on the ground for St Kilda. Now, the umpire's found a free kick. It is going to St Kilda, and they were away.
Handful of jumper there.
Free kick to Everett. He's at centre wing, and he kicks the ball in towards half forward. Elliott punches to the front, gathered by Harvey. Now Kajitsky to try and make a contest. Callahan throws it onto his left boot. Goes out into a vacant area at left half forward. Voss and his immediate opponent in McPhee. They take the football over, so we'll have a boundary throw in. The ball is about 40 metres around from the St Kilda goal. The Saints 5-3-33, lead Fremantle 2-6-18. No addition to the quarter-time score as yet. The Dockers trying desperately to clear their half-back line. Some congestion again with 3 or 4 players throwing themselves on the football, and the umpire will call for a bounce.
Pretty important that they hold on here, Fremantle. 3 goals, 3 down at the moment. Another goal here would open a sizable lead.
Bacon back towards the goals as well. Watch this again. Kazitsky trying to get the run through Harvey. It didn't materialize that time. Voss falling to the ground. Taken by Parker. Gets it away to Black. Hand passes towards the boundary line. And you may see the same thing at this boundary throw-in. They'll clear the area out towards goal. Try and get a runner headed in that direction and lay the ball down. So watch it again. The Dockers need to get a man peeled off about 10, 15 metres. Goal side of the pack. Look at that. Gaping hole. Well done by Fuster to Parker. So they weather that storm. Kicks towards the boundary line. Very close. Gale comes back. Hayes worked off it. It trickles across the line. Boundary throw in.
It wasn't about kick by Parker in the end, was it? He didn't have too many options, but just measured the runner. The running kick out to the boundary. A lot of players down towards the St Kilda end of the ground at the moment.
Tossed in. Everett in front. Longmuir reaches over the top and did well. Hazelby. Beetham's got in. It's out of bounds again. Another throw in. St Kilda 5-3. Fremantle 2-6. Just under 16 minutes till half-time.
There's the bench for them. Longmuir's still there. They've taken Daniel Shaw from the ground. They've gone a bit shorter. Eastow and Cunningham.
Thanks, Barra, down there on the boundary line, keeping us updated as we watch the play at right half forward for St Kilda. The tackle by Platt was quite fierce there on his opponent. Is that Andrew Shipp? Is it there? And had the football taken away by Justin Platt, and the ball will be thrown in on centre wing. Everett doing pretty well at the centre bounces. This time he just bashes it forward. Thompson hands it off to Voss. Voss in towards half forward. Mark has been dropped. Elliott does well. Davis probably could have nearly kicked that goal there, Chad Davis, but just a little finessing. Wasn't quite the accuracy he was looking for. Scores of a home.
Having a few problems with Barry Hall in the rooms there. They can't stem the flow of blood at the moment.
We'll have another look here at Justin Platt and Andrew Shipp in a second or two. It was a ferocious tackle by Platt, but at the moment we are checking on Dale Kickett's ability to bring it back in. He kicks it to himself and then kicks it well outside. Oh, spectacular leap and mark to Longmuir. Handballs it off. Well, maybe the idea was there, but the execution was ordinary. You're shaking your head, Scott. What did you think?
Well, yeah, I think he had altitude sickness. He did the hard work, but he didn't finish it off. I mean, it was a terrific grab. Lovely sit. But
how often do you see that, though, Scott?
Yeah,
players inspire themselves.
Yeah, concentration just lapsed after such a big moment, but it was just a lazy handball, really.
Well, the bounce of the ball 50 metres from the St Kilda goal, kicked away by Black. Straight across that half-back line. It's bouncing end on end away from the players in that area. It's Harvey and Dale Kickett, and eventually taken over. And 50 metres from St Kilda's goal will be a boundary throw-in.
I think we're going to have a look at the Platt tackle here.
Justin Platt,
interesting technique.
Yeah.
This is Voss. Now Hamill slides over, comes back to Gale. Gale goes across the ground intelligently, spots Thompson. Worrying signs as far as the Dockers are concerned. McPhee gets back though.
Well done.
Everett's not happy. He's talking to a teammate there.
Well, it was well done by a young man to back into dangerous territory.
Black's got it from Bell. Spider's not amused all of a sudden. He pushes off Brendan Fuster. Meantime, Hazelby's got the ball. Just keep your eyes on Spider Everett. 3 words would describe him at the moment. Tick, tick, tick. Ball inside the 50. Here's Hayes. Jabs it around the corner. Beetham. It was missed by Hazelby. A bad miss too. Up towards the wing from Beetham to Harvey. Spots a man in Hamill. Beautiful, precise kick. He's got it 75 metres out. Everett's the target. Slips away from Fuster. How did he find 15 metres over 20? Turns around, snaps and misses. He's expended a bit of energy pushing and shouting in the last few minutes. It affected the kick, but not his movement initially to get the football. Fuster couldn't go with it.
Playing musical chairs on Hamill at the moment. Players rotating off him. Carr, McPhee, and also the latest one on him, Prescott.
Now, with the efficiency by hand or by foot, Fremantle should score a goal. Fuster bombs away to the full forward line, and the mark is well taken down there by Modra. When you break clear from that half-back or full-back line, like they did then, Fuster did bomb away, but fortunately Modra, pushing off his opponent Hudson, has taken the mark 40 metres out.
They just look a bit aside when they actually try and involve their key forwards and just be that little bit more direct.
Well, this will be the first goal so far in this second term, and Modra has converted. Tony Modra kicks his first goal. And more importantly for Fremantle, they kick the first goal of the second term and bring the margin back to 11 points.
You'd have to say that one keeps them in touch at the early stage of the game. And that was the first time the ball had actually got inside their 50 this quarter. Basically, have been camped inside the Saints 50. And that's what you need to do. You need to make the most of your opportunities. Good finish by Modra too.
I mean, we talk about bombing away, but nothing wrong with that if you used to have the time. You can put it to Modra's side of he and Hodgson, and you like the matchup anyway. Sometimes that beats messing around in midfield and crisscrossing the ground. Here's Clapp on the outer side, slides it after the footy, well played, feeds it back. They've got the numbers. Hayes throws it on the boot, gains about 20 metres. Like the look of this young man. Hit the ball hard, drives it down towards the 50. Modra could have been hung on to. He won't get that sort of kick. Elliott over the shoulder, well done. Thompson comes out wide. Hodgson slaps it back towards Pickett. Pickett about 60 metres out from the Dockers attacking goal. Modra back into the fray. Spots a man towards the middle. It's Eastor. Deep is Hazelby. I doubt he could get that sort of distance. In fact, he indicated, I want you to come towards me. Now he goes across, exactly what we were talking about. Boss knocks it away from McPhee. Runs through the middle, kicks to half forward. Harvey. You would like that one-on-one. Harvey and Prescott.
They definitely moved Harvey up forward, changing on and off the ball, and a hard one for Prescott to match up on down there.
Everett juggled attempt, almost good enough. Wirra's got the crumb, comes away, kicks it up towards the wing. Fletcher in from the side, up he goes, couldn't hang on, but did the next best thing, flattened everybody except Black. Black comes away, kicks down towards half forward. Pavlich and Geary go back after the footy, and it's out of bounds. And suddenly the crowd, not a big one, finding a bit of voice.
Fletcher's flying effort there to take the mark, and he's quickly off the ground, and Cunningham has come on for the Dockers. 11.5 minutes left in the first half. 5-5 to 3-6 margin. 11 points in favour of St Kilda. Boundary throw in, 45 metres from the Dockers goal. Pavlich kicks it down to the square. Peckett's under pressure, well tackled from behind by Hazelby. In the back, says the umpire. Gee, I could have nearly called that play on.
Wow.
You're not too happy about that one either, Hazelby. We'll have a look at it again here.
Player falling as he went for the ball, I thought maybe Pickett, but umpire saw it as an infringement. Thompson has the ball, still in his defensive 50-metre area, beckoning for someone to go wide, and he goes just laterally out to Callaghan. Callaghan's kick lands the ball on the wing, and Hamill gets rid of his opponent in car. Play on, says the umpire. Left foot kick by Hamill towards full forward. There's a push out, blatant push out against Harvey. And Prescott sticking to his guns. Harvey's had a few touches, but Prescott doing pretty well in those one-on-ones. Out wide, Cunningham gives away a little bit of ground. Goes back to Parker. Parker in short. They may mess this up again. No, Hazelby to Cook. Cook the little left footer to the advantage of, and well played Cunningham. Running on and then delivering brilliantly. Oh, Modra is dragged to the ground there by Hodgson. Hodgson won't be happy with this decision, but Modra will take the free kick 40 metres from goal for a Fremantle.
And if you're the Dockers, that's the matchup I think you've got to go to. That's the one you've got to exploit.
It is the one where you think that Modra would definitely have it over Hodgson at this stage, and I just think they've got to try and isolate that matchup a little bit more, give Modra a bit of space. He's definitely quicker. He's beaten him on the lead already 4 or 5 times tonight, and that would be the one that's worrying the St Kilda coaching staff at the moment.
Modra has kicked one. If he can kick this, it will be 5 points in favour of St Kilda. He's kicking from 40. Beautiful kick. Magnificent kick by Modra's a goal. So Tony Modra's second goal pulls the margin back to 5 points. St Kilda 5-5. Lead the Dockers 4-6.
Look, I also want to make mention of Ben Cunningham across the wing here. He started the play here on centre wing and just a terrific pick-up early, but then ran on and actually just hard running, put himself into space. Terrific kick to Modra. I mean, you just lace out that one. Just in front, he's going to be hard to beat tonight.
No coincidence, I think, that the Dockers made their move when Everett was on the forward line. Now he's back on the ball. Barry Hall's out on the ground again too. Stitched up. Everett tries to slap it down. Begley had it, lost it. Baker had it a long time. Dragged down. Bell over the ball. Crashing into him was Begley. It's not coming out. Ball up.
When you make a tackle like that and you absolutely stop the player from getting rid of it and he doesn't drop it to try and throw it on his boot, why isn't he penalised?
It's a rule I have trouble with, Robbo.
But that was just blatant right in front of the umpire. Baker was caught, didn't even try to get rid of the ball.
No argument.
View obscured. Bell gets the hand pass out to McManus. Arches the back, doesn't get away. Or rather Walker, who was dragged down. Over the ball there, Beetham slaps it out, diving in his ship. And we'll have a ball up, will we? It was Walker who tried to get away and almost lost his shorts.
You know, Scott, you observed before that St Kilda had gone inside their forward 50 on quite a few occasions. It's 8-3. Sometimes when you don't get anything out of it, the opposition get a little stiff, like 2 goals from Modra. They've only gone in 3-8. Another goal here, they're in front.
Very true. Bell to Cunningham. He's been lively across the body. Platt, now Black, sit away on his left foot. A little too slow, dragged down by Begley. Could only hand pass across the boundary line.
Just couldn't find enough space there, Black, as he actually tried to run wide to find his left side.
So a throw in. Interesting affair, certainly on the scoreboard. The Saints up by 5 points. Rucks go at it. Easter over the top. Ship with some time. Feeds it back. Cunningham got through brilliantly. Kicked a couple last week. Needs one here. Hits the post halfway up.
That didn't get the justice that it deserved.
What about that? I mean, that's it. It's his second game, young Ben Cunningham, and just dodged one of his own teammates. And wasn't flustered at all, was he?
No.
He just knew he had time and backed himself in. And look, it could have been a great goal. It was unlucky.
Cool as the Fonz.
So Peckett kicks in and goes in the direction of Baker. Baker takes the mark and feeds it off to Harvey. Harvey goes very wide. And that player out wide is Barry Hall. He lumbers and kicks it down in the area of Gehrig. Gehrig into the pocket. And the mark is taken by Callaghan. And Callaghan, who has kicked 2 goals already, he'd love to bomb this from 45 metres.
Not a long kick. Not a long kick, Callis. It'll stretch him.
Looking maybe for someone to pass it off to. Now makes the decision to go for the goals. Goes all the way and it lands right on the goal line. Eventually the umpire, what's he paid it? He hasn't paid a mark.
Yep. I think it was.
Well, it's Voss that's got the ball. So St Kilda will have a shot at goal through Brent Voss. Only a metre from the goal line. Angle, his greatest area of concern. No concern whatsoever. Voss has kicked the goal for the Saints.
Just on that last line of defence there, I think as a defender, you've got a responsibility to take the run away from your opponent and don't give him a jump at the ball. And, I mean, we'll have a look at it again here. And I just reckon he was given too much space. He had a run at it. And there's no point just trying to actually combat it in the air. You must take the player's run away so he doesn't have momentum attacking the football.
You can almost collapse the pack in that situation, can't you? Just hit it.
Even young McPhee there, Adam McPhee, could have got his hand to it.
Timely steadying goal from St Kilda. 6-5-4-7. 7.5 minutes out from half-time. Beautiful night in Perth. Saturday night football. Everett goes up, thumps it very high in the air. Helped on its way down towards half forward by Voss. Coming up the ground is Hamill. Got the hand pass back towards the middle. Hand pass from Prescott was all directed. Gale gives it to Hamill. Hamill kicks inside the 50. Coming back is Fuster. Needs to commit. He's got the run of the footy down towards the back pocket. Nothing on around the outer side. He's headed for the boundary line. Needs a favourable bounce. McPhee arrives, though, just like the cavalry. Close to the line. Slung. Out of bounds. Good result for the Dockers. Good hard running.
It was hard running. It was also a good play by Parker. Almost infringed on Barry Hall down there when he was one out, but good contest by Shane Parker.
Hamill quality, 12 possessions, 6 marks, 2 goals.
He's been strong, hasn't he?
Everett being hung on to there. Hazelby falling to the ground, goes to McManus, intercepted by Peckett, feeds it back, taken by Hayes, steps around McManus, nice hand pass to Harvey, charged down though by Hazelby, and it ricochets across the boundary line for another throw in.
Adrian Fletcher's still on the bench down here, and record number of clangers from where I'm sitting on say this quarter.
Next goal pretty important, you'd suggest. Tossed in. Everett and Longmuir fell behind them, taken by Bell. He's immediately got company. Baker took him down. Bell goes again, feeds it towards the boundary line. Storming through is Harvey. Gains about 25 metres. Black's in the road. Spots a man running off half-back. That's Wirra. It was a good kick. Now a chance. Carr through the midfield. Has a bounce. Inside the centre square. Goes looking for Modra again. Hudson slipped over. Modra puts his head down and goes after this one deep in the pocket. Where will he go? Looks back towards the middle. That's an interesting kick. Barely went the 10 in any case. Gehrig's got the crumb. It was intended for Ship. Coming through is Thompson. Gets it to Davis. And the Saints on the move.
Well, not quite the kick that Chad Davis was looking for, because he didn't give Callaghan much chance at all there. Dale kicked it quickly onto the scene to knock the ball away, and quickly Chad Davis goes down and beckons to Callaghan. Maybe his sincerest apologies there, but a promising build-up for the Saints. Just finishes in a boundary throw-in between right centre wing and half forward. Kajitsky up high into the area of Davis. Can't control the football. Brad Wirra is there with Chad Davis, and the umpire will throw it in once again.
Robert, this is the area where I reckon the Saints have been dangerous at the boundary throw-ins and static contests. They get players on the defensive side and just stream towards goal, backing their ruckman to actually win it.
Hamill and Carr having a bit of a dust-up, so Carr trying to get to the other side of Aaron Hamill because he's not beating him in the one-on-ones. Now Hayes tried to get the ball to Harvey. Contesting went Hamill. That was an unfair tackle on Ship. Umpire was quickly onto the scene, and Ship will take the free kick. He goes quickly too, out wide to Longmuir, and Longmuir has taken the mark.
Just on the ground for McManus.
And he goes quickly. Oh, good kick. The lead was excellent, wasn't it? Obviously, Modra may have beckoned as if he was going to the right, then he ducked back and went to the left, and the kick very effective from Troy Longmuir. And Modra has another chance to kick a goal. He's already kicked 2.
He's basically just quicker.
That's right. He's gaining 2 or 3 yards off the first step, basically. And lovely way to kick, wasn't it? Just gave him time to actually run onto the ball. Didn't try and drill it. Just put it out in front of him.
This could bring the Dockers back to within 4 points. Good kick by Modra. Goal umpire has not moved. 3 to Modra. 3 goals to Tony Modra, 1 each to Walker and Longmuir, and the Dockers are 4 points in arrears of St Kilda. Fremantle 5-7, St Kilda 6-5.
We mentioned that either Pavlich or Modra is going to have to kick their 5 or 6 for Fremantle to be potent enough in attack to kick a winning score. And, well, Modra is well and truly on the way. He's been very good. He looks sprightly tonight. He's actually got a bit of a spring in his step. I think he knows he's got the pace over his opponent.
Saints by 4 points. Approaching half-time. Everett in at this bounce, as you'd expect. Started so well, was dominant in there. Not a good bounce. Longmuir knocks it down. Hazelby, very high kick. It floats out towards the wing. Pirouette there from Gehrig, missed it completely. Taken by Hayes, gets through the congestion. Goes down towards half-forward. That's a lovely kick. Callaghan marks it just centimetres in from the boundary line. Callaghan with 2 goals. Short back towards the middle. Thompson has been busy, coming up to his 16th possession. Kicks for space. McPhee favoured by the kick. Collides with Parker. Well, you can see that eventuating a long way out. Hall's got it. Punishes them. Hasn't got the carry. Hits the post. Bad luck for big bustling Barry Hall. Stitched up, as you can see, above that right eye. Terrible blunder, though. It needed some real positive talking there. It was McPhee's ball.
Shane Parker, probably the quietest Fremantle player down there, and you wouldn't think that McPhee's going to be too loud after only playing a handful of games.
Oh, now it's 3-on-1 from the kickoff. It comes to Davis. Well worked by Boss. Davis goes to Hamill. Hamill directly in front as he kicked his 3rd. It's a good-looking effort. I think he's got it. You know, it's interesting watching the young player, Scott,
Chad Davis, I played football against his father, Alan, who was a tremendous player for, I think, 4 league clubs. And you just watch Chad Davis then, coming back into the team, just hasn't quite got the confidence. And very quickly, watch here, he hands it off to the more senior player in the area of the ground.
Yeah, he just didn't want the responsibility, did he? But I tell you what, good player to give it to tonight, Hamill. He's been superb.
Well, big stats for Aaron Hamill, 9 kicks, 4 hand passes, 6 marks, and he's now kicked 3 goals. So he and Tony Modra, the leading individual goal kickers in this match. Hazelby doing well at the centre bounces, trying to answer the Thompson and Harvey effectiveness in that area. Hand pass came out, was taken by Gale. Gale looking to give the hand pass on. Harvey at his feet, he's able to get around onto the right, then gives the hand pass off to Hayes. Hayes down the line, chance here for Gehrig, fancies himself. Fraser Gehrig from inside 50, that's a shocking kick. And saying that, I could have expected it maybe to roll through for a goal, but not the result there for Fraser Gehrig. He's kicked it behind. 7-6 plays 5-7, close to the long break. The kick in has been marked by McPhee, and I'm sure with more games under his belt and a bit of luck with injuries, this boy will play quite a bit of AFL football. McPhee backs himself, gets past, and from the defensive end of the square, gets it to Parker. Parker goes wider still. This is Fuster, and Fuster will kick the Dockers into attack.
Punched away from Ship by Platt. Ship did very well, fights on. He's getting a free kick. Forward of the wing, looks towards the middle. Coming back, the mark is taken by Longmuir. Either one of 2. Hazelby directly behind him. Longmuir, really a thumping kick. Modra goes to the pocket and to space. The kick goes in that direction, falls short of the mark, runs on towards the boundary. Troy Longmuir there with Peckett, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Probably just needed to be a little bit more patient bringing the ball into the forward line then, and just wait for other forwards to give Modra a little bit of space. Yeah, sometimes you have to get it in quick, and if they are back there, just give them some time to create some opportunities.
Everett decisively back towards the boundary. Beetham. Looping hand pass intended for Harvey. It goes across the line. Just over 2 minutes till half-time. The Saints generally the better team in this one, but a good period midway through the term for the Dockers has got them back in. Everett two-fisted towards the line this time, doing much as he likes.
Blighty's moved Fraser Gehrig to centre-half forward now on Fuster. Koschitzky's gone and playing on Pavlich.
Thanks, Barrett. Everett, body to body with Pavlich. Over the top, that's better. They double teamed him that time. It was Longmuir. Peckett goes back and hand passes are behind.
St Kilda led this game by 15 points at quarter time. They were 5-3 to 2-6. So Fremantle have added 3 goals in this term. The Saints have added a couple. And close to the long break, Damien Ryan has come on for St Kilda. And not quite sure who it was that left the ground. Maybe Barry, you're down there. Koschitzky, was it?
No, it's Begley, I think,
Begley,
Robert.
is it?
Yeah, Begley, mate. Begley, and
Thanks.
it was a blood rule.
Okay, thanks, Barra. And the kick in was a good one there from Justin Peckett. Finds Thompson. Still well and truly in his defensive half of the ground. Goes very wide. Hutchton, who's got his hands full trying to control the athletic Tony Modra. Modra has kicked 3 goals. Hutchton now goes long. Kicks the ball out towards the wing. Everett's come a long way down to try and make a contest there at centre wing. Eventually it'll be thrown in that area.
Probably hard to pick that one up on the screen here, but just hard running by Everett. From the middle of the ground, he just started sprinting to actually put himself on there, and by the time he got there, he'd made 10 yards on Justin Longmuir.
So the throw in, Everett gets a big fist to it, knocks it forward about 25 metres towards his own goal. Gathered here by Callaghan, enjoying his opportunity to show his wares against his old side. In trouble there, kick it. Got the handball off. This is Parker. Parker trying to stream out of the defensive area. Carr in trouble. Black gets it return to Fletcher. He to Walker. Walker then towards half forward. Marking contest. Peckett upended. Was that all legal by Longmuir? Umpire thought it was. Cunningham's little kick is very good. That's a mark, isn't it? It wasn't paid. kick to behind.
Gee, it looked to Mark.
He was certainly claiming it. It's going to be a hard one for the umpire to call there. He was actually, I guess, shielded. He was behind Modra.
Well, it came in very quickly from Cunningham. The little kick was obviously meant for Modra. May have hit the turf.
Oh, I reckon it leaked out. I reckon that one actually touched a bit of turf.
49 plays 39. St Kilda lead by 10.
Beckett kicks off. Everett, why not? Marks it half-back, lays it off. Gale from half-back towards half-forward. Hamill worked under the ball by Carr. Kickett arrives first, paddles it towards the boundary line. Gehrig just sweating on Kickett. Crashing in down there was Hamill. Trying to get his arms free to do something with the footy, but he's going nowhere. Carr unceremoniously rolls across Hamill, and the umpire moves in to bounce it down. Yes, some grass on that last one for Modra.
That's one of the things that Aaron Hamill does, and does pretty well. Provides a contest when the ball hits the ground, or it looks like going into enemy hands.
Good bounce again. Everett almost worth a kick as he thumps it down towards half forward, leaving the ball behind Cunningham. Kozetzky got it to Baker, to Hayes. Hayes, the little chip pass to Thompson. Thompson runs into an open goal. It was wonderful. Great vision.
He's a smart player, Lenny Hayes. You wouldn't say he's a veteran, but he's played enough football, hasn't he, Scott? And he did that beautifully.
Yeah, he's clever. I mean, a lot of players would have got a sniff of kicking a goal there, and they would have blazed away. But he just knew the players who were around him, and actually just waited a lovely kick, created a very easy goal for Thompson. Thompson's had a big night. 18 possessions so far, kicked a goal. Had 5 tackles on top of that as well. He's had a great night,
very
actually.
good. Yes, the goal kicker there, but gee, the creativity of Lenny Hayes, the imagination, and of course the exercising of everything was first class. So St Kilda, after being challenged a couple of times during that second term by the Fremantle Dockers, will go into the long break with a 16-point advantage. St Kilda 8-7-55, lead Fremantle 5-9-39. And Aaron Hamill has kicked 3 for St Kilda. Craig Callaghan has kicked 2. And the only multiple goal kicker for the Dockers is Tony Modra with 3.
Well, the Dockers are working hard, but the Saints seem to have the finesse. Saturday night football, it's half-time. St Kilda on top. They led by 15 points at quarter time, 5-3 to 2-6. Now at the major break, still on top, this time by 16 points. 8-7 plays 5-9.
He ran, so I mean he's looking good, but hopefully he can get up after the bye as well.
Steve, it's a long injury list. How's Nick Riewoldt looking?
Nick's becoming more confident in his leg, and looking probably 2 weeks as well.
Okay.
And I tell you what, your mate Fraser Geary's going all right tonight. He's sort of starting to hit his straps. He's back in Perth.
He is. He's confident and looking well. Yeah, looking great actually.
Looks like we're getting the wind up. Good on you, Steve. You know all these television talk. Back to you, Dan.
Not a problem.
There's the bloke. There's the bloke that's the difference between the two teams, in my opinion. Aaron Hamill. Quality possessions, Dennis. 13.
Yep.
Kicked 3 goals. I know Modra's kicked 3, but Hamill has been just a focal point for St Kilda to work at.
Had he taken his chances during the course of the year, he would have kicked a lot more goals. Set for the start of the second half then. Saints on top. And for the first win in 6 starts. 8-7-5-9. Everett has been the master generally. Goes up and wins this one down to brilliantly into the path of Hayes, who let him down. Picked up by Hazelby. 13 possessions for him, went to ground. They picked his pocket. Baker got it to Hayes, to Everett, comes back to Hayes. Hayes inside the centre square, gets a lot of elevation on this kick down towards Hall, knocked away by Parker. Great courage from Callaghan, tries to feed it back to Voss, getting in the road McPhee. Socket out of there by Kickett, out of bounds.
Dennis, when you said Hayes let him down, Scott, do you think sometimes you can be surprised at the centre bounce with the absolute effectiveness of that tap from Everett?
I think the midfielders in there for St Kilda actually know their ruckman's going to win the tap, so they just back himself in and run straight at the goals. But it's a hard one to defend for players in there.
Down goes Hamill. He still had it initially, and a ball up.
Robbo, I guess when just going back to being in midfield, you either make the decision to play shoulder to shoulder, or you try and meet them coming from the other way, and it's a tough call which way to go.
He was in the van though, wasn't he, Lenny Hayes, and not able to grab the ball.
There's a bounce about 60 metres out then. The umpire very deliberate. Eastor and Everett. Everett clean possession eventually, kicks it down towards the pocket. Callaghan and kick it. Callaghan interfered.
Did well there in that one-on-one.
May have played the mark actually. Kick it across the goal front. That's Chansey. Pavlich kept his head, did well, took the mark, plays on, kicks up towards the wing. Interesting one-on-one to select. You've got a man running with Harvey. That's Prescott. He became the target. Well, it's worked out okay. Prescott's got the free.
Actually, a good decision there, because if he didn't play the free kick, St Kilda would have gained possession. It was a blatant dragging down of the Fremantle player.
Interesting that Prescott should kick it to Wirra. Two players out of favour under the old regime. Brad Wirra from half back drives it up towards half forward. Big leap out there by Longmuir. Oh, what a mark. Justin Longmuir came from nowhere. You saw Chris Tarrant last week, and that wasn't far away. That one. Prescott inside the 50. Fletcher, or rather Longmuir, the other Longmuir. Troy going back has been poleaxed, but has paid the mark and or free kick. I think it was the free.
Gee, he shows a lot of courage, Troy Longmuir. What about this mark? He's got an appetite for it tonight. That's his second one of those. That is a gem. And just thought he'd polish it off by kicking it to his brother.
What an effort by his brother. He got knocked out last week.
Yep.
But he plays with an enormous amount of courage, this kid.
We haven't seen the best of him by a long shot. Handy player. So the Dockers can open with a goal here. That's a lovely kick after a heavy knock and a courageous mark.
Troy Longmuir has kicked his first goal, and importantly for Fremantle, they get the first goal of the second half. They trailed by 16 points at the long break. It's back to 10 right now.
I reckon some goals can really lift a side too, and he is very popular down at the club. They love him for his courage, and to see him just back and take that one under pressure. Look at that. He had oncoming traffic. That if that doesn't lift a side, nothing will.
St Kilda lead by 10 points just after the resumption from the long break, and they've had a fair bit of the play too, but going forward, just the once the Dockers have kicked the first goal of the second half. Under pressure is Platt, able to just show a bit of composure and get the ball to Lenny Hayes. That kick, not one of Lenny Hayes' better kicks, in towards Hamill and Carr. Carr runs away from the key St Kilda forward and gets it across to Wirra. Wirra just ducking back into trouble and then kicks with the left and does well and finds Dale Kickett. Dale Kickett in towards centre half back. They've released one here in Parker. Carr took the mark, spotted Parker, and Parker may go to McPhee. Don't ignore the young man. He's provided the lead for you, and he's still got metres on Voss, but ignores it completely and then goes into the middle where Prescott has taken the mark. He's able to run away and then spots a player far on the wing. It's Cunningham, who did some good work at the end of the second term. His kick falls in short. Everett plays the percentages and bashes it clear for a boundary throw in.
Very traditional ruckman role there, just cutting off the lead to the full forward. He's a good disposer of the ball, isn't he, Cunningham? We've seen him on 2 or 3 occasions tonight to show that he has got some fantastic touch.
He's had 6 possessions, and St Kilda under pressure here. The shot at goal came from Hazelby. He's missed to the right. So Hazelby's first score is a behind. Gee, that would have lifted certainly the crowd and the players, I'm sure.
Surprising bench for Fremantle to start with. Fletcher's there, and Troy Cook, and Brendan Fuster, and Daniel Shell.
Pickett kicks it in towards the outer side. The target is Everett. Had it knocked away. Camped in front though is Hayes. Drives it towards midfield. Taken by Geary. Surging past his boss. Man on towards the pocket. He's intent on drawing. Kick it now goes to his man. Parker won't get there in time. Davis has taken the mark about 20 metres out. Beautiful transference of the ball by the Saints from one end to the other. They didn't take the mark on the kickoff, but Hayes got the crumb, and this is the result.
I think Hayes is the key name in that combination there. He started off very well in this third quarter. 3 very telling possessions, just all amongst traffic, and he has the ability to actually get out and then create something.
Chad Davis. His dad could certainly kick a goal. It's in the jeans, straight through the middle.
Quite often have to trace these goals back to where they originated from. I think if we have a look at Hayes here, he was just front and square, good delivery, well-weighted handball by Fraser Gehrig. And that player there just knew he had time, just popped it out in front. Never looked like missing that goal either.
It's beautiful kick by Chad Davis. Had an opportunity in the second term, gave it to Hamill, who kicked the goal. So Chad Davis, after coming off the bench, has kicked a goal and was involved with Aaron Hamill to get a goal for the Saints in the second term. They've been much more effective at the centre bounces. On this occasion, Baker can't quite get clear, but got the ball to Peckett instead. Peckett's kick was all right around his body, but a good mark taken by Kickett. Goes long, spotted the player in Longmuir. We have Justin Longmuir, the ruckman. Troy Longmuir kicking that ball out wide. McPhee with the football. He's approaching half forward. Lobs the ball in towards the forward pocket region. At the back, mark taken by Justin Longmuir, and he's kicked the goal. Another excellent passage of play from the Dockers, and certainly for young people playing this game, that is a tremendous fillip for their confidence, the goal kicked by the big ruckman.
Dennis, I mentioned earlier about Longmuir and how good he would be if Clem Michael's in this side. What we've seen tonight is Eastor actually being able to take some of the ruck burden here, free up Justin to go forward. But I believe he could develop into one of the best centre-half forwards going around. He's been fantastic.
Talented young player, certainly, Justin Longmuir, 2 goals. Eastor. Go ahead, Robbo.
Elliott has come off the bench to go down and man up on Justin Longmuir. One would think he's running straight towards that player now.
McManus does well. Releases Black. He's had a lot of the footy, Black. Headed down towards half forward. Needs to keep running. He's about 75 metres out. Sets it up. Some holding down there. Beetham up. Missed the mark. Longmuir leads back in the race initially. Beetham did well. Closed him down. Right on the boundary line.
Thought he was Wayne Harms.
Yeah. Saints came away, but only momentarily. The kick from Ryan is marked by Bell. It's coming back in.
Pocket.
Bell. Yes. That could have gone to the pocket. Now he goes looking for Modra, who checks off the ball and will mark it. He's a clever player, Modra.
Yes, isn't he, Dennis? Yes, you described that beautifully.
Always his. If you kick it to the side that advantages him, not many fullbacks can take him for granted.
It's amazing how a side's complexion can change so quickly when you have some forwards that actually bob up and start to look dangerous.
Sure. So Modra going at his 4th. His best against St Kilda, 7 as a Crow. Who knows, he could rival that tonight. Tony Modra, crowd favourite, kicks the goal. 4 to Modra. Fremantle move closer.
3 players starting to stand up for Fremantle at the moment. Modra, who's been fantastic all night. Longmuir developing a real presence down forward. And if you've got a Matty Pavlich up there as well, all of a sudden the St Kilda defence has just stretched that little bit more. Bell took his time. Good use of the body by Modra. Fought for front position and kicked the goal like any good full forward would.
Very good value for money, Tony Modra. He's had 8 kicks for 4 goals. 585 career goals now to Tony Modra. And it's shaping as a bit of a shootout. What a magnificent hit down there to Thompson. Baker gathers, just put himself under a little bit of pressure, but beat them, found some space. The kick went forward from Begley towards the full forward area, Wirra. Now the kick comes out towards McPhee. It was Ryan who kicked the ball forward in the first place. McPhee close to the boundary line, McManus. Short kick, okay. Dale kick it with a little bit of space. Handball over the top. He went for the preferred one in Eastdown. Then to Carr. Carry towards full forward. Modra! Not playing the mark. Gee, he was unlucky there. Shot at goal there by Troy Longmuir. Goes in towards the pocket. Marking contest between Justin. Kick forward by Cunningham. Just misses. Gee, that would have brought this crowd to their feet. 8-11 plays 9-7. Just 2 points the margin now in favour of the Saints after they led by 16 at the long break.
Crowd pretty generous in their applause for young Cunningham there. He's really shown something here tonight, but Brad Weir back here in defence, pick up that ball off his bootlaces, just a superb effort.
Kick in has been marked by Baker. He goes to Beetham. Beetham runs away from Justin Longmuir and goes out very wide in the direction of Barry Hall. The ball fell at his feet. At advantage Parker. The spillage nearly gathered there in the middle of the ground. And a contest has been provided by all players, and the umpires found a free kick to go to Freo to be taken by Parker. Parker on quickly. Chance here. Hazelby's kick towards full forward has been marked by Troy Longmuir, and he pumps it through, and the Dockers are in front. Second goal to Troy Longmuir, and they've added 3 goals. They've added 4 goals since half-time. The Saints have kicked 1, and all of a sudden, the Dockers lead by 4.
Troy Longmuir, geez, he copped a heavy hit early in this quarter, kicked a goal then, and once again just presented himself in the middle of the ground, spotted up by Hazelby, who always seems to choose the right option. You see this player here come on and kick 2 goals. That is an absolute lifting moment for the Fremantle Football Club.
A real buzz around Subiaco over now. Fremantle on top, 9-11, 9-7. But not for the first time this season. Both these sides have plumbed new depths and ways to lose. Falling to the ground, Eastor. They dig it out of the middle. Thompson, he got it from Ryan, kicks inside the 50, and the mark is taken down there by Barry Hall.
Well, Eastor did reasonably well in the middle there, but just should have cleared it from the centre square instead of trying to be too cute with a handball. Just slam it on the boot and get it forward. Thompson, as he's done so many times tonight, just cleared the ball with efficiency from the centre square.
Important kick, this one. Barry Hall. That is second. Hasn't quite got the carry. Carr was up for his fingertips and across the line.
Still dominating from the centre clearances. The Saints have had 5 this quarter to Fremantle's 1.
Will it be tonight? Some talent there in the box. Ross Glendinning alongside Ben Allen. Ben's right. Kevin Bryant, North Star. Parker. I think Weir has been very good back there. Makes the right decisions generally. Goes to Hazelby. Goes out wide of the Carr. Carr at right half back, kicks it up towards half forward. Cunningham launches himself in front. Strong hands. Could have almost got the mark there. McManus under pressure. Hoists it very high. Eastor from behind the chest mark, if you don't mind, over Harvey. Plays on by hand to Prescott. Not a lot gained there. High up and under. Modra's in front. Worked under the ball. Spilt between 2 Saints. Hudson and Elliott. They made a meal of it. The hand pass comes to kick it from Modra. Kick it lines up on goal, and he misses to the near side.
Eastor growing in confidence. They've thrown in the challenge here tonight, and he's proven that he's much more than just someone to come off and replace Justin Longmuir. He's come on and actually given them something here in the centre bounces and around the ground.
And a quarter's a long time in footy. Craig Callaghan taken from the ground now.
St Kilda under siege at the moment because the Dockers have got some sort of a sniff here. Eastor, short kick is all right. Good spotting. Delivery okay, and the mark is taken by Hazelby, and a player of Paul Hazelby's quality you would think should convert from 40 metres.
He's a very efficient footballer, Paul Hazelby. Quite often doesn't appear to be doing too much, but whenever he touches the ball, something comes from it.
Goes for goal and kicks it nicely. Has it got the carry? It might be through. No, it's touched right on the goal line. Through for another behind to Paul Hazelby. He's kicked a couple of points. And couldn't the Dockers have done with that? That would have set this place alight. They lead at the moment by 5 points.
A lot said about St Kilda's strength to overpower Fremantle in the air tonight. This quarter, the Dockers have had 22 marks to the Saints 4. That's an amazing stat.
Great job by Maxie Hudson there to touch that one. A lot of players would have given up. In the pocket, this is Platt. 9-13, 9-8. The Dockers have come storming back. Platt drives it with a high kick around the outer side. Eastor out of the contest. Knocked forward by Pavlich, taken by Harvey. Got it away nicely. Davis to Hayes. Hayes chips it up towards the wing. Milne dropped it. Bounced off his chest. It was taken away though by Thompson. Thompson goes to half forward. Carr goes back with courage. That was a terrific mark, knowing who was on the lead. It was Barry Hall about 10 steps behind him. McManus towards the middle. The Dockers growing in stature. Kick it. Takes the foot. He has a bounce. Nobody comes at him. Still kick it. Still kick it on the wing. Lack of talking. That's holding the ball surely. It'll come back and be a free kick to the Saints. Well,
Good chase.
yes, it was indeed. Peckett gets the free. Look at the blocking off the ball. That was good too, but Peckett just stuck manfully at his task, and that was to track Kickett through the traffic, and he did.
You just wonder if the young Cunningham was actually calling for the ball or just looking at Kickett there. If he demanded it, I'm sure he would have got it.
Should have gone to him, no question. Peckett, because it seemed that Kickett was running out of steam too. In short, this is Beetham. So a lot to look forward to, bearing in mind both these clubs this season have stopped late in games. Both coaches will have their hearts in their mouths as the clock runs down on this one. Carr was up, going down is Prescott, reaching in is Hamill, did brilliantly, got it alive and well across to Thompson. In trouble was Gale, chopped off by Walker. Back it comes to McPhee. McPhee deep in his own defensive area. Terrible kick. Waiting out there, the Saints player, I think it was Milne, drifting across in front was Kickett. Kickett pops it wider still. Now a chance for Parker.
Parker's got a little bit of space, and he's got a player in support. That was Walker. He made the half volley quite nicely in the finish, and then directs play in towards half forward, but only one man there to mark safely on his chest, and that is Gehrig. He goes with the right, out wide, and the mark is taken out there by Thompson, who has had a fair bit of the footy. He's coming up for possession number 23. He's kicked a goal, and for St Kilda, he has affected 6 tackles.
Robbo Hamill noticeably absent this quarter. Carr's done a pretty good job on him back down in defence.
Desperate play by Matthew Carr, because Hamill was looming, wasn't he? Gehrig trying to look for maybe the free kick. The ball, that's a free kick. Gehrig, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Didn't have the ball at all. Oh, good effort there by Baker, and he's going to be rewarded. And I think that may have been a belated result from the umpire, overlooking the Gehrig free kick seconds earlier. The kick by Baker, the mark not paid. It was Hamill and Hall. Hamill again at his second effort. Harvey, brilliant play. Elliott squeezed the ball out, Harvey. The ball was close to the boundary line, right in front of the St Kilda goal. Milne has pushed his opponent out, and Wirra will take the free kick.
Wirra squares it. McManus runs onto it. He's at left half back. Nothing much down the ground for him. Sean McManus settles, kicks towards the wing, going back with great courage. Thompson missed a chance for Peckett. Lays it off Ryan across to Thompson. Thompson off his step. Down towards half forward. All Dockers. Well, not his strength, Bell. The overhead marking picked up by Carr, went to Parker. Parker chops it out wide, taken by Walker, lays it off to Wirra. Wirra, that's a good handball to the left side. Found Black, hard against the line. Black's away. Hugs the line with a kick around the outer side. Oh, shit, that was very clever. Thompson was coming back hard, and shit was immovable. Off his step, down towards half forward. Modra in front, knocked away by Hudson. Hudson at the second attempt, battles with Modra, and the ball's out of bounds. Boundary throw in, 75 metres out.
Yeah, good contest by Hudson there. Modra on the verge, growing in confidence, but he just matched him step for step. It was good defensive play.
You detect,
heating up.
Yeah, I was just going to say, Scott, you detect that there's some concerns by all players that the next goal is quite crucial in this game. I know St Kilda only trail by 5 points, but they're really striving hard, and they can't get through to get the goal that may give them the lead back. McPhee's kick goes in towards half forward. Umpire has ignored the marking contest again. Kick it. Gee, he nearly magically got the ball out. Longmuir again taken down by Davis. Modra into the action, and the ball still there. Kick it. Good tackle by Peckett again once more on Longmuir. Gehrig taps it on. Knocked out of there by Ryan. Now a chance for St Kilda to come to clear. Davis, his kick, well marked. Very well marked by Wirra on centre wing. Goes short. It's taken by Black. Looking maybe to just give it to a player. More advantage by himself, and they haven't gained any ground whatsoever. The kick by Pavlich goes out wide. In front, the mark is taken by Everett. Got back nicely. The kick was intended for Hazelby.
Should have used the overlap going the other way there, back in defence. Black had made the move, but Pavlich chose to come back inboard. Had advantage out the other side.
Fremantle by 5 points. Spider Everett on the wing. Goes down towards half forward. Hamill behind. It hit him hard. Ricochets off his chest. Taken by McManus, who's getting busy. To Carr on the overlap. Storming through the centre square. Goes by hand to Cunningham. A natural left footer. Probing kick. Look out for Modra. Loose ball at the back. Pickett leads back in the race. Sockers off the ground. Out of bounds on the full.
Pressure. Dennis, you mentioned Wirra. He's had 12 possessions for the game. He's had 7 in this quarter.
Hazelby into an open goal. Quick thinking out of the pocket.
Well, when the game gets tight, pressure can certainly have a major effect on a player's choice of options. And the option there, just to soccer it out of bounds, was certainly not a good one. And it was one that was really forced by the St Kilda players, just starting to feel the heat and feel Fremantle gather some momentum.
Troy Longmuir, very good, quick thinking, just popped it into that space. Hazelby ran onto the footy.
He's a smart player, isn't he, Hazelby? He's had 6 possessions in this term. He's kicked 1 goal too. But you mentioned, Scott, about quick thinking by the players in that area of the ground. Certainly led to Fremantle getting their 10th goal. Again, the clearance affected by Thompson at the feet of Barry Hall. He can't strut, does Parker tackle though. Well done. Pavlich gathers the crumbs and then kicks along the line. Taken here by Justin Longyear. Beautiful hand pass to Cunningham. He got run down, but he got his kick away. Not quite far enough. Harvey to Platt. Platt bounces off his opponent, then gets the ball back to Elliott. Elliott, no room to move there. The kick well smothered there by Fuster. Run down was McManus, and he's going to be penalised.
Did he just come through the interchange gates? No, it's Thompson. He's been out there, I think, all the time. Just seemed that way.
Well, we've seen this happen 2 or 3 times tonight, where players have just thought they've had a lot more time, but the intensity of this game certainly picked up after half-time.
Must have had his slippers on.
St Kilda using their bench. Knowles is on the ground. This is Milne. Very skillfully done by Milne. Gets back. Flying shot at goal. It's got the carry. Has it? No, it hasn't. He did a terrific job there. Dale Kickett wasn't going back and getting an arm on it and carrying it through when it looked a certain goal of the Saints.
Milne can sniff a goal, though, can't he?
Nobody dreams about it.
It was just bad luck there. Another meter. Parker drives it in. Eastor almost. McManus coming away as Cunningham, growing in confidence. The look-away hand pass, but a little too much confidence there. Callahan's got it. Sends it back towards half-forward. Big job here for young McPhee. Did very well outnumbered 2-on-1. That's a good result for the Dockers.
Dennis, it's worth noting that in reserve, the Dockers have Fletcher, Cook, and now Justin Longmuir, so they'll be right in the last quarter.
That's a good point, Barra, because those players have run out of steam previously, so they're just waiting in the wings.
These are the Dockers. They'll be right in the last quarter. I like your optimism. Knocked towards the goal. They're off the ground eventually by McManus. That came off the Docker. It's a behind. Supporters of both clubs could say the self-same thing, of course. Nothing is safe with these two teams and what we've seen this season. But you've got to admire them tonight. They've been terrific. They've had a crack. The Saints, the better team in the first half. The Dockers have come back very strongly. And we've got to say some astute adjustments with the Dockers at halftime. They've done very well.
25-point turnaround in this quarter.
We're up. Comes back to kick it. Wirra wants to present again. It will go to him. Wants to hold up. It's a good running player out of defence for the Western Bulldogs. It seemed bizarre he couldn't crack a game with the Dockers. Going backwards. That was a terrible kick from Black. Chopped off by Milne. He pulls it back towards the middle. Boss was up. Knocked away by Parker. Chance for Hamill. Was he pushed in the back? Not according to the umpire. Comes across to kick it. He could have been taken high. Wirra again. Nicely done. Gets the ball away to Black. Black around the outer side. A high kick towards the wing. Harvey being held surely. And he'll get the free kick.
We're very good down back again. I mean, you just need to have a distributor down there, and he's so good at winning the ball, but then actually giving it to someone who has an option to take it forward. He really is a true back pocket player.
The kick forward into the half-forward area for St Kilda, knocked away by Kickett. Gathered for St Kilda now. Kickett again, out wide. The opportunity with Bell. Short kick. Gehrig lost the ball in the flight. Taken here by Longmuir, who's played a pretty good third quarter. And the kick forward has been marked by Modra. Well, the play has been for about 3 or 4 minutes in the St Kilda forward half. Fremantle go forward on one occasion very efficiently, and the mark taken by Modra, he'll go for goal number 5 off his own boot. 73 plays 64. Fremantle by 9 points, and he's about to equal his best ever effort. Well, he won't equal it with that kick. Didn't even score behind. Well, that was a shocker. Didn't come off the boot at all well, did it, for Tony Modra, and it will result in a boundary throw-in. Hazelby being attended to by the medical staff.
Ben Allen certainly using his bench at the moment just to rotate some of those midfielders, and he's got plenty in reserve at the moment. Cook obviously back on the ground now for Hazelby.
Now the opportunity is still there for the Dockers right in their full forward area. Hayes got the ball back. This is Beetham running from centre half back. Kicks the ball to half forward. The mark is taken by Hamill. One of his rare, clear possessions. Goes long. Back to a Parker-Barry Hall situation. Parker missed the mark. Barry Hall to try and provide a contest. It's 2-on-1. And the young fella did well there, McPhee, to get back and assist Parker, the more experienced defender for Fremantle, and forces a boundary throw in the left forward pocket for St Kilda.
McPhee, very promising player. I mean, he's come off his man then from outside the 50 and actually just run 20 or 30 metres hard to go back and make the extra number down in defence. That's good, unselfish running.
Chance here for Everett as he kicked the goal out of the ruck contest. It's a snapshot at goal. It might be a goal. No, it's a behind kick by Peter Everett. They really could have done with one there. It's close to three-quarter time here at Subiaco, and in a quarter which has seen Fremantle add 5 goals for, St Kilda have added 1 goal for, and Fremantle lead by 8 points. Troy Longmuir in this third term has been quite sensational. He's kicked 2 goals himself, not both in this term of course, but he's been very good with 6 kicks, 4 marks, and those couple of goals so far in the game. The play is wide at half-back. This is Walker for Fremantle. Dockers would do well to maintain possession of the ball in the remaining seconds, and they will do so because the mark is to be taken by Fuster. Smothered by Elliott. Gather here by Cook. Handball to Pavlich, and they would be fairly relieved, I would think, with that situation. Pavlich thumping the torpedo after the siren had sounded. It wouldn't have registered the score anyway, as we see Malcolm Blight conferring with his fellow coaching staff, the Saints. They led by 16 points at half-time, St Kilda. They trail by 8 points at three-quarter time. The Dockers have turned it right around. Fremantle 10.
Well, that's an interesting edge to the game, isn't it? Paul Hazelby, quality. Malcolm just leaning back in the chair there. Looks like Mark McClure. An air of expectation around the ground. Plenty of Saints supporters here tonight, of course, too. Start of the final term. Dockers by 8 points. Eastor opposed to Everett. Eastor won it down into the path of Hazelby. Beetham did well. Shrugged the tackle. Kicks towards half forward. Fraser Gehrig gathers. Hand passes to Callaghan. Kelly Booty's third. Craig Callaghan. It's bending back. Not enough. Well, a couple of gimme goals missed at that end early in the game. Sean McManus missed one even closer. But this seemed tailor-made for Callaghan. On the burst. No pressure. This is by about a metre. That counts. Weighs heavily. Wirra with a long kickoff. Gehrig, timely fist in from Eastor, gets it out of bounds.
Interesting bench for the Dockers. Fletcher's still there most of the third quarter as well. Fuster, Shell and Ship.
So 7 points the margin enjoyed by Fremantle early in the last term, and a big job for Simon Eastow. Hand pass came out into the path there of Walker. Came from Hazelby. No mark taken at half-back. Elliott has the football. Dispossessed. Justin Longmuir. Hayes is in there. Tunnel balling it to the back. Kick forward by Beetham. No mark there to Voss, gathered by Gehrig to Hamill. Hamill looming as a danger player, gets onto the left, kicks it across the half-forward line, and the mark is taken here by Milne.
He's pretty quiet in the third quarter, Hamill. Only had 2 possessions, but he's just so crucial to this forward line structure for St Kilda. We saw him there just power away with strength, and then very good finish on the left side to spot someone who loves a goal.
Don't quite know about his ability to kick long distances, but he's going to have a shot, and he's going to do a pretty good job. He's kicked a goal. Oh. Milne has kicked a goal for the Saints. His first goal, and the margin now just 1 point in favour of Fremantle.
Well, to say that Milne loves a goal would be an understatement. He absolutely lives for kicking goals, this kid. Good kick by Hamill. Just spotted it out nicely for Milne, who, look, that's a good kick. He's kicked it from about 48. It's gone through reasonably high on the goalpost there. Good finish by the small man.
So a point the difference. First blood in the last term to the Saints. Well-worked goal. 10-13 plays 10-12. Eastor and Everett again. Everett backhands it down, fisted forward towards half-forward by Callaghan. McPhee in the road initially. Well trapped by Voss. Socket off the ground by Callaghan. It goes inside to 50. Carr goes back. Worked off the ball by Hamill. Up comes Wirra, close to the boundary line. Wirra did well, just corralled him. And the ball goes out of bounds, and a chance for the Dockers to regroup.
He looks like he's up-tempoed a little bit, Hamill, early in this last quarter. Had a pretty good game to half-time. Shut out by Carr in the third quarter, but he's coming back with some purpose now.
Everett again laying it down into space. Coming through Callaghan. The Dockers too often confused, stepped aside there, Bell and McPhee. And a ball up.
Just wasn't sure that McPhee missed his mark with the Shepherd. Bell just congests the ball up, tidies it up down there.
You can see Hall trying to get in front of Parker to prevent him coming to meet anyone who may peel off this pack. Everett somehow got the hand pass away to Thompson. It ricochets across the goal face. Going in was Knowles with courage. Milne had it, lost it, rips it away from Knowles. Now the meat and the sandwich is McManus, and down he goes. And another ball up.
Oh, Dennis, you picked that beautifully. Knowles was terrific there. Just being confronted and just kept his body over the ball. Right in front of the St Kilda goal.
Rob, I was just going to say Milne on kick it would be a worrying matchup at the moment. Kick it, he can be a bit loose.
Hamill trying to run onto it, can't break the tackle. Chance here for Beetham. Beetham found some space and kicked it behind. Scores level at Subiaco. They're 10-13 apiece.
Saints looking better though, aren't they?
Just a little sniff at the early part of this last quarter. But it's been noted that they've done a fair bit of the attacking in the early parts of the term and haven't been able to get a margin between themselves and the opposition. And the Dockers in the latter part of the terms have resurrected their position, and late in the third term got the lead away from St Kilda. Wirra's kick been well marked here by Ryan. Ryan, a noted tagger, goes in towards the middle where Gehrig is marked. He in turn goes short, and the mark is taken there by Voss. Voss, who kicked the goal in the second term, goes short. It's taken by Everett, and it's not beyond Peter Everett to kick a goal from 50 metres.
No, and he's the sort of player that'll just bob up late in the game and kick 2 or 3. They've obviously just moved him down forward now.
He's definitely having a shot, isn't he? He's not going to pass.
Pretty crucial kick, Barra, here. I mean, he's going to be 55 out when he kicks it.
He's directly in front, so you couldn't get a better position from that point of view. The kick will drop short and eventually helped over for a rush behind to St Kilda. They lead by that score. 74 plays 73. We're 6 minutes into the last quarter. And the short kick, not marked. So kicked away by Carr. That is marked by Callaghan. He was confronted by Hazelby, but Callaghan has marked 50 metres from goal. Looks to play on, been asked to do so by the umpire. Wobbly old punt kick right into the front of the goal for St Kilda. Everett at ground level, gives it back to Thompson. Good hand pass Hamill, in turn Hall. Snapshot at goal by Hall, has been well marked on the goal line. taken by Voss. Reminiscent of the second term when Brett Voss marked a ball that maybe Fremantle should have forced through for a rush behind. He kicked the goal, and again, he has the opportunity to add to his personal tally. If he kick this, he can drag it out to 7 points. Look at the angle. Not much room there for Brett Voss. Undecided, maybe wanting to give it off. We'll try the check side surely. Goes for that and hits the post. 1-1 to Brett Voss in that scoreline of St Kilda 10-15, 75. Leading Fremantle 10-13, 73. 2 points the margin. Very big game, isn't it? I mean, Ben Allen taking over as coach a couple of weeks ago from Damien Drum. Fremantle searching for their first win, and of course the Saints their first in 6 weeks.
Here's Bell, got it from Wirra, kicks it out towards the wing, sliding in his ship, takes the mark, left half back. Saints by 2 points. Towards the middle goes the kick. Heath Black's got it, hit the ground running, he's away, down towards half forward. Good shepherd from Bell, kicks inside the 50, hangs a long time in the air, hooked the leaper from behind. Camped in front, it's Prescott, lays it off, should suit with the left foot. Black, he's pulled it far too much. Out of bounds on the full in the opposite pocket. Wasted opportunity there. Hodgson wasting no time. Short to Plapp, he's in the back pocket. Back come the Saints. Looking better in this term. Gale's got it. Former Docker. Over 70 games with the club. He sends it up towards the wing. Pavlich needs to punch in front. It couldn't come behind. Thompson, well, a reprieve because Thompson fumbled. Now he comes back to Ryan. It was a hot one. Goes towards the middle. Taken by Elliott. Elliott on the wing, short. Jabs it in. This is Knowles. He plays on immediately. Running down towards half forward. Sets it up. Hamill comes back and then moves forward to take the mark on his chest. Just blocked the run of Carr. And now has a chance to convert from 35 metres out, kick his fourth, and suddenly stretch the lead to 8 points the way of the Saints.
You can certainly be favoured by luck if you're a forward and you play in front. I mean, that kick was a bit of a mongrel off the boot, and it dipped in early, but Hamill just presented himself in the right spot. If you're in front, you're always going to be a chance.
This season, accuracy has been a problem, but not tonight. Suddenly the game very much on the line, a lot riding on this kick, and he's tugged it left.
You know how to fix them then, don't you?
Well, this is the testing one, isn't it? I mean, this is when the goals start to count.
Pressure. It's the
and
pressure.
You get time to think about them.
Yep, 3 points now, St Kilda's lead.
They've had a lot of the play, haven't they?
Yep.
They certainly have, and really haven't got the score on the board for their efforts and their opportunities.
Could have almost won it.
Still the Dockers within 1 kick. McPhee goes wide. It's taken out here by Wirra. Runs outside his defensive 50. Has a good look downfield and then delivers towards the half-forward area, but a good mark is taken back there by Robert Harvey. Very responsible. 19 possessions. That was his 20th. It goes in towards half-back here where Plapp has the ball. He goes across the centre of the ground to the near side wing where Callaghan is marked. He can go short. Not a bad kick either. Hamill provided the lead. Callaghan honoured that and delivered the ball beautifully to Hamill's chest. Barry Hall leading now into the pocket, and Hamill goes in that direction. That's not a bad kick either. Barry Hall will allow it to go over in front of himself and Matthew Pavlich, and will have a boundary throw in only a matter of 30 metres around from St Kilda's goal.
Amazing, Robbo. Sorry, Scotty, just both captains from the Dockers are on the bench.
I just think that's a pretty low percentage option, that last one.
Well, there's a chance here for St Kilda in their pocket area. Callaghan. Oh, what's this? What is that? A screw punt kick from the right forward pocket that nearly scored a goal. Well, that would have been payback time for the Dockers if Craig Callaghan had have dobbed that through. Callaghan has kicked 2 goals too now.
Well, that was not a bad effort from where he was. He's about 2 rows back in the stand there.
Tackle actually helped him, didn't it? Here's Everett marking the kickoff, and they can't move it beyond half back at the present time. This shows a fair bit of the ball to the Dockers, though. Leaping high was Ship, waiting behind. It's Beetham, gets the hand pass to Platt, and he spears the pass into Voss. And finally, you would think they've got to kick a goal. Voss, with his last chance, hit the post. A couple of open goals have gone begging. The Saints deserve one here.
He's really labouring, Peter Everett, too. Struggling.
I think players on both sides are. Wirra was down with cramp just moments ago. Button kick. Voss. Good looking effort. No, it's tailing away. Big leap down there. The ball's still in play. Flicked down by Callaghan. Taken by Milne. What can he conjure here with the left foot? Magnificent. Wonderful goal split the middle.
He's got to get Charlie Chaplin, doesn't he, as a nickname? He just looks and moves like Charlie Chaplin, and then accentuates it after that goal. He's just a real identity, isn't he, in that St Kilda lineup, Stephen Milne?
He's bubbly, isn't he?
Yeah,
he just gets the ball down there, and you just know he just wants to kick a goal. Look at that, he just wheels on the left. That is the goal of a true goal sneak. They practice those ones in the park, in the backyard. I reckon he's been dreaming of his opportunities to kick goals at AFL level.
That's a real Achilles heel down there, that sort of goal mouth spoiled by the Dockers. They haven't got it right all night. I mean, that one had to be much more sharply directed towards the pocket and the boundary line.
Well, it's given St Kilda just a little bit of a comfort zone, but not comfortable enough that you would just defend it. Black might mess that all up. Hayes as well, tackled by Modra, right in front of the Dockers goal, only a matter of 15 to 20 metres from the Fremantle goal. They trail by 10 points. They badly need a goal here. We've got plenty of time left, 11 minutes, but Fremantle just have to arrest the momentum that St Kilda have. They've had a lot of play up on that full forward line. Everett smashes it over the boundary line.
Brad Wirra's off the ground. Robbo, as Den was saying, had the cramp first game back.
That'll hurt.
So onus now on Peter Everett to ruck in defence and just hold the Dockers up. Robert Harvey has the football. Lenny Hayes has a chance to get clear. Hand pass close to the line. Cunningham tries to squeeze a kick out of it. And Bell, opportunistic, but the ball over before Peter Bell could get a boot to it. There's a St Kilda player on the ground. Is it Harvey?
Harvey.
Holding his knee too.
Now,
He's in trouble.
I was just going to comment on that, Robbo, that the umpire let them play on forever when he had the ball. It's a dangerous situation. Now, hopefully Harvey's okay, but it was a very slow whistle. Watch it again.
This was when he was tackled by two or three
Getting tackled,
players.
and it goes on forever. The umpire, well, that's over the shoulder for a start, but the umpire
He's
called
under
play
there,
on.
and then he gets slugged to the right, and his knee buckles underneath him.
If you've got three blokes taking you in different directions, that is dangerous, and all of them, watch those legs hook around. They're trying to get him down any way they can.
Yeah.
Umpire, blow the whistle.
Well, he's hurt his knee. There's no doubt about that, and that is just an absolutely terrible blow for St Kilda. On comes the little ambulance. Players a chance to regroup, but I think the sad thing here is that it's one of the absolute stars of the game in Robert Harvey who's gone down with a bad injury.
This is incredible. He almost relaxed, didn't he? Because he thought, you know, the whistle was about to go.
He was held a long time in the three tackles, if you like. I mean, that should have been a ball up before it got to that situation.
The problem is the guys are sort of wrapping their legs around, trying to take him in all different directions. There's no coordination amongst the tacklers. Still, it's bad luck, I guess you'd
Well,
say.
and this game is still to be won. I mean, 10 points they lead by, and Robert Harvey goes off the ground. He won't come back, and he's a critical player. He was standing tall across that half-back line trying to defend. Now he's got to go off the ground, and one of the less experienced players. Watch his knee go buckle underneath there. Gee, that's very ordinary, isn't it?
There was just nowhere for that knee to go.
No, of course not.
Oh, golly.
They've had all the play, the Saints, this quarter. 43 possessions to 16 to Fremantle. You just wonder how this is going to affect the momentum of this quarter.
We just hope Robert Harvey's okay. I mean, just one of the greats. Just amazing the run that the Saints have had with injuries. The West Coast Eagles much the same. I mean, and serious ones, knees that really are season threatening and ending in some cases. That's not to say this is, but we'll keep our
Didn't look
fingers
good
crossed.
though, did it? I mean,
No,
he looked as if he realised pretty well straight away while he was when we got the first picture of him on the ground. But they have to replace him, I'm sure, Scott, with a... I mean, you couldn't be anywhere near as efficient as Robert Harvey. So they're down in numbers, and we're right in front of the Fremantle goal, 10 points the margin.
Pretty big shoes to fill, not only ability-wise, just the presence that he has out there. I mean, he's one of your leaders. Everyone looks up to him. Very hard to replace.
They are in shock down here, boys, I can tell you. Let's hope he's all right.
Well, mind you, this can go one of two ways now. He can fire up his teammates too. You see your best player go down like that.
Got a blue in the crowd because they're not too happy in the crowd about it.
Well, play will go on. The boundary umpire will throw it in. Modra trying to create something. Oh, Longmuir's kicked the goal, hasn't he? No, he hasn't. May have been hurried through before he got his boot to it. So a rush behind to Fremantle to bring the margin back to 9 points.
Pretty quick thinking by Modra, just to, oh, so close. He just punched it forward from the boundary throwing, which actually fell short by the umpire.
Kicked in, and a good one too. Beetham takes the mark just outside the defensive 50 for the Saints, who lead 11-17 to 10-14. Harvey off the ground. We won't see him again. Clapp close to the boundary, hugs the boundary with a kick. It needed to be precise, but there was a quick whistle. Callaghan dropped it, held without it as he goes around the outer side, close to the boundary line. It's out of bounds, and will be thrown in. Well, there you go. Should have marked it.
Pretty good night tonight for Callaghan. 18 possessions, a couple of goals. He'd be happy with that.
Longmuir stepped around Everett, brilliantly done. Prescott got it from Cook, kicks down towards half forward. Plapp, unkind bounce taken by Ryan, got it to Plapp, immediately tackled, goes back to Elliott, chips it across the ground, kept his head well. This is Peckett. Peckett across half-back, spots a man towards the middle. Knowles has got it. On the line of the square, the defensive side of centre. The game in the balance. Just over 9 minutes to go. Goes back to Hayes. Hayes in the true centre half-back position. Ryan is wide. The kick comes in that direction now. He's marked it right half-back. Ryan jabs it up towards the wing. Gehrig on a lead. In close attendance there was Pavlich. Runs free at the back. Rebound opportunity for the Dockers. Bell into Mines. Steps around Thompson. Kicks towards the middle. Oh, well done, Peckett. It was intended for Fuster. Peckett showing courage. Came across the line of the lead. Goes off his step. More courage, this time from Cook in the opposite direction. Going back, claims the mark in front of Elliott.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? You know, the pace of the game forces the errors when the players are trying to be productive, to give teammates an opportunity to mark in the clear. And in the endeavours there for Justin Peckett, made an error.
Hazelby just needs to stay on his feet in that sort of contest. Stay involved.
Gale goes to half-back where Ryan has taken the mark. Just a slightly awkward kicking style. Gehrig couldn't take it. Cook couldn't take it either. Gathered by Hayes. In turn Gehrig. Then Voss. Oh, leaving it behind was Knowles. Critical. But Callaghan backed him up with an excellent tackle there on Walker. And the umpire will be forced to bounce right on centre wing. 9 points is the advantage for St Kilda. They lead 83-74. And we're down under the 8-minute mark left in this game. St Kilda led at the first change by 15, the second change by 16. Fremantle led at three-quarter time. And they've got a chance to go forward here again. A critical fumble, wasn't it, from Prescott, because they were away. Thompson wide, kick forward by Knowles. Oh, the ball lands at half forward. Is that a holding on? May go against Hamill and will be to Carr. The free kick to the Dockers. Hamill dragged him by the jumper. Carr laterally to the half-back area where Bell has taken the mark. Bell goes short. The running player is Kickett, but he's been brilliantly dispossessed by Davis to Barry Hall. Gee, a slow hand pass, wasn't it? Peckett's tied up. He's caught with the ball. He must be penalised. The free kick to Parker, maybe Kickett to take advantage, but the umpire will call it back because it looked like being held up there by the St Kilda side on centre wing. Parker with the ball. He's at right half back. St Kilda lead by 9 points. Parker. A spearing pass towards centre wing. No mark taken. Beetham was pretty good. Peckett confronted by Cunningham. Still Cunningham. Tried to tap it to his own advantage. Peckett goes back in, and it's locked up just forward of centre wing, favouring the Dockers. They need a goal quickly. St Kilda lead by 9 points, and it has been pretty tight this last term.
All the facts, all the figures on round 12, the first half of the split round. By 7, sport.com.au. Parker seems to be in trouble. Could be a hamstring. Close to the boundary line on the outer side. Knowles gets away with strength. Well played, young man. He kicks it down towards half forward. Pavlich going back, leads in the race. Paddles it towards the boundary line and gets it out of bounds. Now we've got two pretty ordinary teams here. Getting tired. I'm not sure finesse is the way to win this game. I would suggest some long kicks to key positions. See it open up again, goal side, trying to get through and being held without it. No free kick was Thompson. It comes across to Walker. In the road was Davis, slaps it down to Milne. Can he get away from McPhee? Pulls it back. It's a good looking effort. He's kicked another one. They deserve to free in any case. Good goal. His third. How does Thompson not get a free kick?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Milne, Fremantle have had trouble matching up on small, dangerous forwards. They quite often give the job to Dale Kickett, and he does play a little bit loose, Dale Kickett. And with Wirra coming off, I think they've been certainly hamstrung to find a good match for this player who just loves a goal.
Chad Davis good there too, with a little tap on for the advantage of Milne. 2 goals, 3 now. That's 15 points that St Kilda lead by. An important goal to Stephen Milne. He's kicked 3. A lovely little cameo, hasn't it been, from Stephen Milne? 7 kicks, 3 goals, 1. Still the Dockers press on through Prescott. But the mark is taken by Justin Peckett at left half back. Goes across the ground to Gale with a little bit of space. He can kick directly towards the half-forward area. Punched away from Hamill by Carr. He's been quite diligent, Matthew Carr, in his efforts to shut out the potential match winner in Aaron Hamill. Cook has the ball away from Gale. Fremantle Dockers fans screaming maybe for a 50-metre penalty. They're going to be hard-pressed now. They've got to kick 3 goals to win the game, and they haven't kicked a goal so far in this term. They've got to kick 3 goals in less than 5 minutes to snatch a victory. This kick is taken for Fremantle by Shell. Lobs the ball at half forward. Little hand pass Cunningham. Bell, you wonder whether he was expecting it. Bell kicks the ball towards the front of the goals. Peckett is there. Good contest. Terrific contest between he and Fletcher. Fletcher's just had an absolute shocker. Just 4 touches for Adrian Fletcher. He's spent a lot of time on the bench, but had trouble early getting into this game. So St Kilda look as though they may have an advantage that they can feel reasonably comfortable with, 15 points, but you just never know in this modern-day AFL game. Here's a chance for them, right in front of the goals. Plapp is dispossessed, still a struggle. Plapp goes for the safety of the boundary line. Damien Ryan will take it over, and that could have nearly been deemed as deliberate. The Fremantle Dockers fans in that area of the ground may have thought so. Ben Allen, just a shake of the head. He probably saw at 3/4 time a real chance for the Dockers to get their first win. Everett has an airy. In underneath there was Shipp. Still there, Hazelby gets it out to the advantage of Black. Onto his favoured left. Goes in towards half forward. Taken here by Daniel Shell. Hand pass away. This is Cook. Cook's little left foot kick. Didn't result in anything really. Goes back after it, then gets a kick over his left shoulder in towards half forward. Plapp couldn't take the mark. In there is Kickett. The football is spilled out by Plapp. Now an opportunity here for Shell once again. Got the handball away. Modra, short kick there by Shipp, has been taken by Cook. Play on, says the umpire. What is Cook trying to do? He's trying to kick it to the advantage of a teammate, and he looked for the smallest player in the full forward line in Bell. Bell there to try and resurrect his chances for his team. In goes Fletcher. A real struggle now. A shot at goal came in from Prescott. Here's a chance. Shell will kick a goal for Fremantle. Daniel Shell gets his first goal and keeps the Dockers in with a sniff of a chance. St Kilda by 9.
Hasn't had a lot of game time tonight, Shell, and Look, he's touted as one of the players at Fremantle that must step up in the future and kick goals. So to get this one would certainly do him the world of good. They just fought it, kept it alive. Shelley's come on with a bit of energy. Very good finish, as you'd expect from someone who's wanting to play forward.
Still plenty of time, just under 3 minutes.
You'd love to be in the coach's box. Either one of them, Dennis, wouldn't you?
No. 12-17, 11-14. Thompson dragged down. The hand pass goes to Callahan, met immediately by Kickett. What they can't afford in these situations, tying the ball up and wasting time. That's the Dockers. The Saints will love it.
Dan, I better jump in here. The Saints very protective of their superstar Robert Harvey, but it does look like a right knee injury. Don't know how bad, but let's hope it's not too serious.
Absolutely. Thanks, Barrett. Bounce inside the centre square. Clock has run to 2:30 now. Good comeback this by the Saints. They dominated the opening 5 minutes of the term. McPhee had a little more time than he knew. Very high kick down towards half-forward. Courage from all players. Pickett dragged down, spills out of the contest. Thompson did brilliantly. Got the ball across to Gehrig, who runs away, goes down towards half-forward. It pitches close to the boundary line and goes out.
It was a good kick by Gehrig. He looked up the field. There's a 2-on-1 advantage to Fremantle and just sought the sanctuary of the boundary line. It's just going to play down the clock now at this stage, you'd think.
Saints by 9 points. Toss in on the outer side. Callahan gains about 30 metres, knocks it inside the 50. Coming up the ground was Longmuir. It ricochets off his boot and goes out of bounds on the full.
Well, there's good fortune for St Kilda. And it's Knowles with the football. Goes in short. Player on his own is Davis. How did he get there on his own in such a tight finish where you really can't afford to give up a goal? They trail by 9 points, Fremantle, and they've allowed Chad Davis the space to mark on his own, well within scoring range.
A couple of the Fremantle players pretty intent on just getting themselves into the hole instead of opening their vision and having a look who was actually open.
Chad Davis just beckoning to the umpire as to where the man on the mark was entitled to be. He'll get the distance and he'll kick across the face of goal and score a behind. So still Freo in with a slight chance. We're down under 1 minute 30 left. They need 2 goals. They trail by 10 points. They have possession of the ball through Black, but they've got to do everything right in the remaining seconds that are left in this game.
He's the right person to have the ball, but they've got to take a risk.
Well, he looks down the ground and Everett is up on that half-back flank. He goes wide of him. Callahan almost outmarked by Shipp, who found it bouncing at his feet. He sweeps it inside, taken by Prescott, draws a man, pops it over the top. Pavlich alongside the centre circle, goes looking for Shelley, drops the mark. Taken by Elliott, confronted there by Fletcher, still a live ball. Shell tries to soccer it forward, ricochets back to Elliott, who gets it away to Gehrig, and you sense the moment now has passed and that the Saints have weathered the storm. Fraser Gehrig around the outer side, kicks down towards half forward. Hamill playing the percentages close to the boundary line, took it across. Clock stops at 45 seconds, so the drought about to be broken for the Saints. 5 losses coming into this one. Hard hit by injuries, but they're going to take the 4 points from Perth, and the hapless Dockers with a tough run to come now. Wide of the pack, throwing his body in there was Gale. He'll enjoy this. Goes to Hamill. So good early, had it a while. Goes to Hayes. Hayes dragged off it, spills across to Black. Black kicks towards centre half forward. Not sure Shell's the man down there. Leading back in the race is Platt. Gathers it, lays it off. Gehrig swings it out very wide, close to the boundary line. That's a win either way. Callahan just lets it go out, and we're down to 17 seconds.
Clapp's done a reasonable job back there, Scott, for St Kilda across that half-back line.
He has. Nothing flash,
big
but
stats.
just very solid, I thought, tonight.
Efficient by hand or by foot. Pavlich gave it to the opposition in Knowles. Peckett, Clapp once again. And the kick lands the ball at half forward. Hamill lost it through the air, and it will spill over for a boundary throw in right on the full-time siren. And much relief for Malcolm Blight. Mark McClure in the foreground. Kenny Hinkley, Peter Jonas, the trusted assistants there for Malcolm Blight. They can walk away with a degree of satisfaction But on the other hand, a great effort by the Dockers. They fell 10 points short. 11-14-80 Fremantle, and St Kilda 12-18-90. The Saints won by 10 points, and Barra has an interview with Aaron Hamill.
Thank you, Robbo. Well, Aaron, that's what you wanted. The drought's been broken.
It's one we needed. I mean, both teams need it, and look, we prepared well, and I mean, it wasn't convincing, but at least we got the 4 points on the board.
It makes so much difference to win, doesn't it?
Sure does. I mean, we've got the week off now and prepare well, so yeah, no. It's
Just great to hear the song being played, isn't it?
haven't heard it for a while, so it'd be good to sing it.
The only downside, it looks like Harves may have hurt his knee.
Yeah, I saw that. Obviously, I'm not sure what happened, but hopefully we can get in the room and hopefully we can still sing it with us.
Who are your best players today?
I think Len and Spider Lenny Hayes and Spider was really good. Milne came well, kicked 3 for us, and Hawley was good up forward, so it was a good spread, and Maxie did really well, I thought.
So a week off and then build a bit of momentum, eh?
Yeah, I mean, let's hope.
Good on you, Aaron. Thanks for joining us, mate. Well played today.
Thanks, mate.
Den, back to you.
Aaron Hamill, 3 goals. It wasn't a pretty win. Greg Callahan.
Does he look
moments
like
ago.
Charlie Chaplin, that little bloke, Dennis? That's not a bad get, is it? I tell you what, he doesn't play football like it.
He looks
3
like
goals.
a terrorist as far as the Dockers are concerned.